once I promote, I change your status from attendee to participant. When you want to speak, you unmute your microphone. Then after that, you mute yourself back again. And I would appreciate if you are in an ideal location, you can put your video on. That way we shall have an interesting class discussion. It's very important. Somebody has suggested that it is also very easy for somebody to join a video training, a Zoom training, then disappear to town. So when you have your video on, at least we will be assured that your participant is, you are in class. Dr. Karanja will also be, might call your name to give a suggestion, so you better be there.
It's very interesting because sometimes people get into these webinars and they are driving. They are driving from wherever they are to another city, and let people know it's also dangerous in driving skills. You can cause accident because today we will have engaged you in either high gear or a low gear depending on the interaction. And we would wish to have an interactive session. This is a discussion. I think when you're dealing with HR professionals, there's so much people know. But when we discuss together, we can be able to clarify and move on. The idea of having this kind of, I'm a trainer, I'm not a lecturer. So it's very important for people to be able to appreciate that. I engage participants. We engage one another. So I think that's what I'm looking also from my side, Dan and everyone, all the participants, so that we can be able to interact. It's gonna be very helpful. There is nobody who has a monopoly of knowledge. We are in different situations, different circumstances. We'll be able to look at the concepts. Then how we will be able to interact and engage, we'll be able to get more and be able to apply appropriately. So let it, and I appreciate the platform that then that you have subscribed to, whereby people can be able to discuss. As many panelists are able to get to the video. There is another type of webinar whereby the participants are not allowed even to be seen by video. They can only talk or just chat. But this is a very interactive platform. Let us use it. Let's, as professionals, and today I will explain why you don't need to be a HR. You need to be a HR entrepreneur.
I'm really looking forward to that, Dr. Stanley.
And thanks to F. Kihara, I think this is Faith, said Dr. Karanja is too serious. Oh my goodness. Thanks to Zoom that you can see my smile. You know, this Corona thing has brought these masks. We have been practicing keeping quiet. Thank you very much. Great. Are we on? Are we getting suggestions from who's ready here? F. Kihara, yes, enjoy your cup of tea. I'm also getting my coffee. This is an adult learning. We need to exchange ideas. We need to be free in this situation. We need to make best out of it. Yes, F. Kihara, what have you to say?
Good morning.
Morning.
I hope you all woke up well and you're feeling blessed today. Personally, I'm looking forward to this training. What is this HR partnering? And as the doctor has said, we need to stop being HRs and become entrepreneurs. So my expectation by the end of these 3 hours is I'll take at least one thing that I can implement in my life and also in my organization. So I'm looking forward to this interactive discussion. Thank you, Dr. Karanja, and thank you, Dan, for arranging this session.
Thank you. Thank you, F. Kihara. I believe F is Faith.
Florence.
Florence. You've gotten me, but you could have said, okay, thank you so much, Florence. I hope I'm mentioning Florence. Yes, there is also someone, Charles Mutua. Charles Mutua, so Florence, you can mute, but you can remain on video, no problem. Let's say to Charles Mutua. Say something.
All right, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. For me, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Charles.
All right. Let me start by thanking Dennis for giving us this opportunity to interact, meet each other, to know one another. Like Molin is saying, this period of Corona, people are not meeting. We are just washing hands and sanitizing. And it has become our new way of life. Now, my take home, what I just hope to take home at the end of the three-hour training is as someone who's in charge of an HR department where I work, is how I can have that stream with the main business operations so that it is seen as a core function of the organization. And not only when things go wrong, that's when finally, so that at the planning level, and that way you are able to give suggestions and make an impact, and then be accommodated in the business. Thank you.
Welcome, Charles. Thank you so much for sharing with us in the expectation. Looking forward to interact, and as much as possible, let us be free to be able to engage. It's gonna be fantastic. We learn from one another, the situations, the real case situations, and we shall be able to go on very well. Alice Wamboy, I can see you are ready to take us off. I can see you are ready like a pilot. You've been missing these things. Okay, let's hear you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Alice. I'm a HR practitioner, and I'm glad to be part of this session today. I've attended the last 3, I think, and it's been quite interesting. And for me, I really need to understand in depth this whole business of business partnering, and also hear best practices from other organizations, which maybe we can also apply in our careers, in our organizations going forward. And thank you all for organizing this. I look forward to be part of the participation. Now, somebody made a comment about the videos. Sometimes we have to go off video when, you know, we're all working from home. And sometimes there are people passing around asking you questions. And so I hope you can bear with us.
Yes.
You can bear with us as we go on and off the video, but we'll try our best to be on video.
Sure. Let's continue engaging. Thank you so much, Alice. Let's continue engaging.
You.
But those who are driving, they know there are some people who are getting into the training and they are driving. And also today it will be fireworks. So please don't cause an accident. I promise. Stick here. Let's make best use of this great time together. Thanks so much, Alice. Okay. We are continuing well. Anyone else? There's Anne, Angela War, Anna Musa, Barbara, Catherine. Can see great people have joined. Who's willing? Yes, Hannah Ali. Assalamu alaikum. Am I right? Put your audio on. And when you're through, you'll put it off. Yes.
Walaikum salam. Good morning, everyone. Mine is to learn more about HR business partnering, what it entails, and perhaps improve on my skills on that. Thank you. Thank you, Dan, for organizing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah Ali. Shukran. Shukran, ma'am. Asante sana. Anyone else who's willing to get on video and then be able to tell us one of, yes, Doreen, Jerry. Are you ready? Catherine Mwenda, are you ready? Okay.
Yes, I can greet them.
Yes. Yes,
Yes, Catherine Mwenda. And I'm looking forward to this today's training.
Yes.
On HR partnering.
Yes.
We shall interact more, Daktari. Thanks.
Shukran sana. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Karibuni sana. Without much ado, I can see participants, there are around 47 attendees, participants 47, and they are getting into. So, and we had promised people we are starting at 9 as we are preparing this so that we can, when we start takeoff, we be able to manage and not have very many questions backwards, because someone may say, this is Caroline Mongai.
Yes,
Are you ready
hi.
to say hi? Greet us this morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the training. And particularly right now, during the time of pandemic, we really have to be a business partner so that whatever is affecting the business HR, you're also relevant and you're also making decisions together with the finance people, the operations people, to see how we'll sustain the business going forward. So right now, HR, we have no choice but to be on the negotiating table, how to handle the cost, how to handle staff matters and all that. So that's what I'm seeing, how better can I be a HR partner. Thank you and all the best. And thank you, Dan, for organizing us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Caroline. Anyone else who's willing to say a word and an expectation on behalf of others? But also you can get onto the chat box. You can get to the chat. You also have the button for question and answers, where you can also be able to ask. You can be able to ask any question. We'll be able to respond to you on the chat. Feel free to use the chat box so that we can continue communicating. I think we are doing well. We are around 49 participants and we are moving on well. And I like being fair to timings. The Caroline confirmed for me that we were supposed to start at 9. Is it so? So that we don't leave anyone behind. So as we are the early adopters, early risers. Someone speaking somewhere?
I've seen the program on my email. It says from 8:30 to 9, it's introductions. And then from 9, we start off.
Okay. So are we introducing ourselves?
We haven't finished.
Well, thank you. Come on, where are you? When you're speaking, put on your video and put on your audio. And then when you finish, put them off. Thank you. This is Moses Kayamba Wafula. Yes, Moses.
Good morning, Daktari.
Morning, Moses.
Thanks so much, Dan, for arranging for this training. I'm eager to learn more and also to reflect on whether I'm able to collaborate at my workplace and also to collaborate at a personal level. Because the way the world is right now is about engagement and negotiation on a number of issues. So I'm eager and looking forward.
Great, thank you so much, Moses. Someone else, Millicent Idaki. Millicent, where are you? Millicent, where are you? We need to engage. Learning is all about engaging with HR practitioners. You know, you learn best when you engage. In leadership is on matters of engaging one another. Maggie Mburu. Are you in? Yes, you have signed in. Are you available to? We have 7 minutes for introduction. Please, dear participants, have an opportunity. And it's always said it's very, very good for you when you get into a platform, let you be heard. Thank you. Thank you. Maggie Mburu. No, get to the video. Good morning to you.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to be on video.
No, we like you. You are so set, and your video is very clear. So get into a bit of confidence. We like your photo, but yourself, we get that emotional connection. Yes. You also encourage me that I'm talking to people. I'm not talking to a laptop.
I am here. I promise you, Daktari, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay. Good morning, Daktari. Sorry. Good morning.
Morning.
Daktari.
Morning to you.
Mary here.
Yes, Mary.
Yes, I'm glad to be here this morning.
Yes.
And ready to learn. Business partnering is very, very important.
Yes.
HR partnering, at least with other partners. We want to understand more how we should even be relating with line managers and all that. Yes. Thank you so much. And also, I also take this opportunity to thank Dan for organizing this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mary. Welcome. Karibu sana. Thank you. So, thank you.
Sorry, Daktari, you called me and I'm one of those who was rallying the troops before I settled down for 9 o'clock. Good morning.
I know you are driving. Maybe you are driving from somewhere heading to somewhere. Now you have.
No. I'm in the house.
Okay, we can see.
But yeah, thank you very much. For me, is to say I'm looking forward to the learnings and of course to Dean for appreciating that we are operating in a very difficult context. So he has reduced the price considerably so that we can remain compliant. So we thank you for that and we don't take it for granted. And I'm looking forward to an interactive session. I'm looking forward to learning and taking some lessons with me where I'll go and contextualize the same lessons where I work. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Millicent. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Good morning, Daktari.
Morning. That is Jane.
Yeah. This is Jane. I just want to say thank you for gracing the day, and we're looking forward to an engaging session.
Thank you. Welcome, Jane. Thank you. Okay. Great. Gideon Sigay. Gideon Sigay. Where are you? You can put your audio so that we can chat a bit. We have 4 minutes, then we start the real thing. Anyone else?
I'm there. I am there.
Yes, Gideon. Very ready to learn?
Yes, I'm ready. Good morning, Dr.
Morning to you.
Yes, I'm happy to be in the platform and ready.
Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. And we are learning all of us together. So this this platform, we will engage. Irene Kizaka, are you ready for the learning? We have 3 more minutes to start. So Gideon, put your video and audio muted now. Thank you so much, Gideon. Okay. Irene Kizeka. And professionals, let's use chat. Get engaged to your machine or to your phone. It's very, very important when you're chatting. I'll be checking the chats, then wherever you have an issue, we can be able to handle it real time as we continue. Let's make it as most engaging. Let's not wait till the last minute, then we say, oh, today, let's do it together. Together, we will benefit together, all of us, more. So, thank you. Irene Kizeka, can't see you. Thank you there. And good. Welcome. Say something. Say something. Okay. Okay, is it challenge with internet or what is it? Are you hearing me, guys? Great professionals. Can you hear me? Can somebody confirm you can hear me?
Can confirm.
Okay, thank you, Amkaya. Can you say something, Amkaya?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, Daktari, and thank you, Dan, for organizing this. I'm coming to this program with an open mind, so I'll be ready and following keenly. Thank you, Daktari.
Welcome, follow, but also contribute as we continue, yes, because HR professionals, we are the people who deal with. We are the people who deal with people, and sure, people is everything. So. Sure. As we discuss, we have a lot of knowledge since when you were born until now, what is business. When we bring the concept, then we can be able to engage. Say, what I think about this one during this time, we can even develop a better concept beyond HR business partnering. Who knows? And it may be this the day that we can be able to come with something greater. So, Amka, thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay. Thank you for the chats. Thank you. Can see we are chatting well. Yes, Florence had said Dr. Karanja is too serious. Oh, yes. Okay. Ben, thank you for introducing me. Yes, and I continuously say, I'm not a lecturer, I'm a trainer. I like engaging people and also people. The best thing you can motivate me is not the money, but the engagement that we will be able to have together so that we can be able to learn. I am also looking forward to learn from you and also to learn from me and to learn from one another. So from the introduction, as Dan has put it in the chat box, have been a management consultant and a marketer. I'm a salesman. I love selling. I love selling because that's where the big opportunity is. Many people, human beings, fear. And if it's even stated in the Bible, 200, that's equal to the days of the year, 365 times in King James Version. Do not fear. But there's one profession people fear, marketing, selling. Yeah, but congratulations to CHRP Den, because even how he puts the program, how he sells to people, all of you joining, that's a great skill. So it is a living testimony that HR can also be good salespeople, can be able to be good marketers. They can be able to excel at the point of customer perspective within the balance scorecard. So that is Stanley for you. Many things that I have done. Sometimes introducing myself, people say it's very difficult, but I don't have a problem introducing myself. So Stanley has a PhD in business. So did all the HRs, the strategy, but also focused on marketing. Being a member of want to go direct now because I can see people now. This is the time that we're supposed to be on there. Let me get you there. Share the screen so that we can continue. So I was here introducing myself. As Dan had introduced me at the point of the chat box. So my name is Dr. Stanley Chege Karanja. I have to use the word Chege because now my family uses Chege. My daughter uses Chege. My son uses Chege. So my name is Dr. Stanley Chege Karanja. I have a PhD. I've explained to you, balance scorecard practitioner, understanding the 4 key things that you need to understand in business. That there is customer perspective, that there is a financial perspective, and there is process perspective, what we call internal business processes, and there's what's called people perspective. Now, I'm a recognized international business practitioner, and it's not enough. I'm continuously learning to be able to, with other international players from Dubai, from George Washington, from Scotland, among other places, so that we enrich, because knowledge, when you have knowledge and you keep continuous learning, you become stale with that knowledge. You think you know, yet you don't know. And that one brings me to what we call as the competency model. Some of the difference of you attending this webinar is some will wait for the presentation, whereas the presentation will be there. But what I explain to my participants, my other significant others, is the discussion will be 70% presentation, maybe 30 or 10%. So as a balance scorecard practitioner, I emphasize, and that's the model we shall keep referring this day on business partnering, where we have the customer perspective, we have financial perspective, we have process perspective, and we have people perspective. Now, when you look at the balance scorecard, the people perspective is said learning and development, learning and development. At that point, in my critique, I look at it this way, that when you are building a strategy on these 4 perspectives, I hope you have a pen and a paper. So when you're looking at this perspective and building strategies out of them, what are the key thematic areas or focus areas or objective-driven keys that you need to follow? For example, when we are talking people, what do HR do? First thing, attract. That is on people perspective. Second thing, develop. Third thing is you engage. And the last thing is you retain. So that's the model we are building as Stan Consulting Group, and we believe together with Ben and all of us, we can be able to do better. Now that is on people perspective. So I want to explain the balance scorecard so that when we are going on bringing the concept of HR business partnering, we can be able to get it clear, so that today you can go home with something for you and for your organization and for significant others, if you'll be able to share this. Now, something very interesting, the same approach to people perspective. So when I critique this model that is widely recognized, my critique goes to when it talks of learning and development, then it is only talking of the second aspect of developing. So those who want to do PhD in HR, there's an opportunity here. Because on the model, again, there is people, learning and development. When it looks at it only as learning and development, what does it say about attracting? What does it say about developing, which they have said so much, because this is where the aspect of training and development comes in. The aspect of coaching and mentoring comes there. The aspect of performance management and appraisal comes from this L&D. But HR, in this perspective, we need to attract. We attract all the process from interview, selection, going all the way to induction. How do you present your organization when you have employed somebody? How do you present as a good product for this employee when they're coming to the organization, or you take it for granted? You need to plan a proper induction with what we call as physical evidence, which is the recall that that employee shall always remember. If you ask yourself or anyone else, they will always tell the first day when I joined this organization, what happened? Either I was taken in a nice place, this and this was done for me, this and this happened, the organization is clean. Those physical evidence that an employee engages, that's part of attracting. So what we do as HR is we attract, we develop, we engage, we retain. Now go to the balance scorecard. What is the first perspective? Customer. Who deals with customer? It's people. Who deals with finance? Is people. Who are in processes? Is people. Who deals with people? Is people. Of course, HR now takes over. That's why HR is a very important, it's a very, very important profession to undergo, but it's not enough. For you to be just HR, to knowing how to attract, how to develop, and yet you are not the one who develops, you leave others to develop, it's not enough. How do you engage? How do you retain? It is your responsibility in the entire organization, from the CEO to the cleaner, everybody in the organization. When it comes to customer, how then, what are the, when we are discussing customer orientation and marketing, and this is its main output is what in any balance sheet or the final accounts, that's where we have the final accounts where we have the profit and loss account. What is that first item that it's always declared? It's turnover. You can never get turnover if you were you as a HR or you in another business that you do not engage your HR to be able to get you the right people for the customer perspective. Because who do you require at the customer perspective and what mindset do you require? It is similar to the mind of the people perspective, whereby you have to attract customers. You have to develop customers. You have to engage customers and have to retain these customers. Climb them through the ladder of customer loyalty for your business to become profitable. So the top line is turnover sales. So HR must be able to think, who is this that I need? And as I need, what level of percentage am I good in customer perspective? Fortunately or unfortunately, many at this time and the professions, the way they are segregated, it's very unfortunate, in particular for those who people work in big organizations. Immediately after university, you get to the big organization. You are HR, you have been remained in HR for all many years. You are not even in budgeting, developing. You are not developed on cross-functional skills. And this is where we need to start thinking business partnering. For you to become a good business partner, you need to understand all the perspectives. You need to know the keys on every perspective. So recapping on the balance scorecard, the customer is attract, develop, engage, and retain. When you come to finance, we talk about two things, either reinvesting and investing and optimization of cost. Then process, anything about the organization. It's all about processes, be it process, be it procurement, be it production, be it warehousing. All those are processes, within the organization. So everything else falls into that. That's the backbone. But remember, even with this backbone, you must ask yourself, who is the customer? When we go further, the internal customer, the external customer. Then all the customer, the financial, and the process cannot happen without people perspective, and that's where HR is. So good. I think we are started well. So again, Dr. Stanley Karanja, PhD, BSCP, chartered marketer internationally, member of the Institute of Human Resource Management, Kenya Institute of Management. I'm also an environmental auditor, lead expert with our great body, NEMA. I have also done to a higher good level in certified public accountancy, but I did not finish. What I needed is nobody can never do books for me that I cannot question. So when it comes to, I'm a qualified accountant, though not practicing, but I have the knowledge, I've done the papers, and many other things. I'm also and something else also I love is people and emotional intelligence. This is something which is the backbone of leadership again, which we'll be able to deal with it as we continue. So in the organization that I founded and I work with other consultants, we do a lot of strategy and planning, customer service, market activation. We also do a lot of research with employee satisfaction surveys, engagement surveys, customer satisfaction, policy research, all these things we do. HR consulting services where organization from recruitment to deployment to induction. There's something which is happening currently in the world. The induction, the way people are inducting people in the organization is becoming a challenge, because when you don't induct people well, even the ability to retain them becomes also another challenge, which we need to appreciate that. Then corporate training, like what we are doing here, we've done, and all of you, we've done many, from leadership, corporate training, culture change, among many other, and also experiential team building, where you bring people's hearts together. And it's fantastic, and we believe in getting things done. That is done consulting, and those are my contacts. So what does it mean to be a HR business partner? Good. So can we share into our chat box, what does it mean to be a HR business partner? I've given you an insight, something. So what do you think it is? So let's chat so that we can be able to engage further and be able to connect. We need to connect today. We are talking. We are learning by talking and engaging, getting into the chat box. This is what I mean. I believe it means. And I have given you a prelude by having let's use one model today, customer balance scorecard, where we are looking at customer, finance perspective, process perspective, and I have redefined learning and development as people perspective, because it is the responsibility of HR to attract, to develop, to engage, and retain every human being within the organization. That's charts. Okay. Thank you. Happy to join, hoping to learn more, better skills. Happy to join learning. Let's chat. What does it mean by being a HRBP? Getting more insights on HR business partnering. Yes, you can hear. Thank you. That was before. Involved in financial. Thank you. You're saying HRBP is maximizing employee performance to achieve organizational goals. Yes. Involved in financial and operational strategies and decision making. Yes, it's about aligning HR goals with the organizational goals. Thank you. It means advocating for both the people and the business at the same time. Fantastic. It's about working with others to achieve desired goals. Fantastic. It's supporting the overall objective of the organization through people. Thank you very much. This is the greatness of knowledge. Then I think this information, when we take together, we can create. This is also another key area we call as knowledge management. When we share, and then we're able to capture and store for future use. Able to sell your organization vision. Thank you very much. By being able to positively contribute to the well-being of the business and not just purely HR matters. That's it, Erin, you are talking. Now we are connecting there. HRBP is getting closer feel of other areas in organization to achieve common goals. I think it's making sure that HR strategies fits into the organization. Okay, winning in the marketplace through human capital. Fantastic. Winning in the marketplace. Mainstreaming HR in the organization. Thank you, Charles. Okay. Being involved in strategic decisions about people on their contribution in the organization. Integrating business, thank you. Integrating business strategies with people management strategies, being strategic and operational resources to the business. I think we are doing very well. So continue putting, because all your charts shall also be, we shall profile, we shall put them. There is what a qualitative technique. We collect all of them and build a body of knowledge that we can continuously share and be able to see. As of this day today, what did we say? What does it mean? So expecting some more, thank you. Continue chatting. What does it mean to be a HR business partner? And the most important thing, when you are participating, you are learning. In fact, it is enshrined in our constitution that in Article 10 of our constitution, it's very important for us to participate. That's why participation is very important, even in learning and training. So participate. Thank you for those who are writing something, to all the panelists and attendees. Thank you. And make sure that you're writing to check when you are doing the chat. There's somewhere to all both panelists and the attendees. Thank you, Marianne. Ability to integrate people, performance in achieving overall organizational goals. As we continue, I think we are doing very well, my fellow practitioners. Me, I believe in people. In fact, I thank God I do not know, even if I was to go back to the university today, I'll still do what I did. I was in the University of Nairobi and I did sociology, social work, understanding communities, understanding the full human being from when someone is born till when one dies. So that, isn't it not HR? Now I'm in business, I'm in consulting, I'm an entrepreneur. And my product on sale is knowledge exchange. Thank you. So as we continue chatting, we continue knowing one another. When you get an opportunity, kindly, we will be able to get there. Then we'll be able to align properly so that we continue getting. Thank you so much. Improving the organization productivity all around. Thank you very much. So I want us to go through a journey and understanding what HR business, where did it come from, how is it, what are the thoughts about it, so that we can be able to nail it. But again, simply as we are going, HR business partner. You are a business partner because there's nothing that is done without people. So you are responsible in all matters, from attracting, developing, engaging, to retaining. So we go to changes which are in the air. It is said that 5 generations of workers create, because of technology today, things are changing, that 1/3 of the total workforce is made up of non-payroll workers. You're a HR, you believe in payroll. How gonna you do things differently now? We have so many people working, they are not in payroll. The generation X were in payroll. The current generation is not bothered about your payroll. They want to take what they're getting and they move on. You can be able to understand the generations from the baby boomers, come to the generation X, generation Y. Now, when we're talking about the Z generation, the current generation, you'll be able to see there's so many working and they're not in payroll. They're not non-payroll workers, 1/3 of the entire total workforce. And this is where you get the SMEs and also corporates, whereby they outsource. And that's why I say it's like us and consulting, we also outsource for big organizations, for people who want to be employed to deliver a rapid initiative, RRI, so that we can be able to deliver and they move on. They're not in the main payroll. They are part of the production. They enter under the sec in the profit and loss. They enter as part of cost of goods sold, not part of the wages and the payroll. Things are changing. You as a HR, where are you? Are you still waiting for the gross profit? Then all your issues are captured after the gross profit. You should be able to know things are changing, and sometimes also workforce is captured as cost of goods sold in delivery of objectives for the organization. In government, we talk about RRI, rapid initiatives that are being found by various ministries, but also we need to understand how to be able to bring this one in, also in government and in parastatals to be able to deliver, because people take a lot of time before delivering, getting the right workforce. 1 billion people are in social networks. They are rewiring businesses and personal boundaries. 1 billion people. Out of the 7 billion people we have in the world, 1 billion is in social networks. Yeah, 15 billion are web-enabled, have created web-enabled devices, meaning that one has more than one. Like yourself, you have devices which are more than, because you can ask me a question. You're talking of 15 billion. web-enabled devices. But well, like me, I have 15, 20, but I'm one human being. 15 billion web-enabled devices. You have your phone, you have very many other things. Data doubling every 18 months creates opportunities and risk for value. 80% of HR organization is undergoing transformation within their HR teams. These are good insights for us to be able to know the business. Business is no longer business as we used to know it. It's keeping changing. And for us to be able to be confident with what we are doing, we need to upskill ourselves as HR and be able to be across all the other perspectives in the customer, in the customer perspective, in the financial perspective, in the process perspective, which is huge. And we thank God that we are understanding people where we are and how can we support them from the HR perspective. How can we be able to create systems and support to the other businesses? Traditional HR practices are no longer sufficient because in 2014, by Color Business Journal, it says that Global Trends reports by Deloitte found that executives in the company with 10,000 or more employees show that nearly one half of the respondents rated the HR department as not ready to reskill itself to meet the demands of the global business. People still in HR are still thinking about attracting, after attracting, you develop, so you're waiting the other departments to take charge. Are you taking responsibility to develop capacity and capabilities of the other departments to be able to appreciate how to attract the right people, how to develop them because they are responsible, they're the immediate supervisors. So this research shows that 50% or 48% of the respondents rated HR department. This is for the organization which have 10,000 employees and above. They are not ready to reskill themselves. And here we have the pandemic. Here we have it. Things are changing. How are we reskilling ourselves? Or are we still going to, I've seen during this pandemic, this Corona, COVID-19, most HR, what most rent to do is to be able to go work from home. Let's have space in the offices. How are we going to fire so that we are not, we have no legal issues? But exactly, are we thinking enough? Are we ready to handle this? Have we been able to create systems and situations where people can be able to work from wherever they are, not stay at home, which I say it's the biggest calamity beyond COVID-19, sending the message to the entire world globally, stay at home. As HR, we needed to cry. We needed to know delivery of goals shall be a problem, because this is the time people should have been told, go work from home, not stay at home. Work from home, take care of yourself, because it has grown from a pandemic to an endemic. We will live with it. Even more alarming, less than 8% of HR leaders have confidence in the HR team. Your boss has no confidence with you that you have the ability to meet the business demands. They see you. That's why you are never given the opportunity to be able to discuss. But this is a great opportunity that when we will be discussing, and we are discussing this critical component, is now we'll be looking at what do we need to do differently. Yes, because you're supposed even to be mentoring. You're supposed to be preparing programs even for the CEO, even for the board as HR. What has happened to many HRs? It reaches a point, HR, when it reaches the issues of the board, they say, that's the job of the corporation secretary. No, it is your job. Because aren't you seeing HR leaders, 8%, less than 8%. So 90% have no confidence in the people that they lead. And what does that mean? HR has no confidence with HR, because HR leaders not having with HR team skills and ability for business demands. And that's why it is important for us to engage in this critical aspect of HR business partner. So in 2015, again, Global Trends Deloitte again says that the area of reskilling HR also shows that little progress since last year. There's no progress. Both HR and business leaders on average rated HR performance as low. Furthermore, business leaders rated HR performance 20% lower. Now, after the HR leaders, 90%, not believing in their teams. Now 20%, that was 20% lower. So what does that mean? It means around the confidence of HR in 2015 is waning. So here we have to close this great divide, and we start now discussing real business. We are the owners of the business. We will no longer be in the kitchen when things are happening. Are we going to be the Martha, or are we going to be the Mary in situation where Jesus visits? And Isa, Jesus. So because we have also our Muslim brothers here. So that's what we are saying. Are you going to be in the kitchen, or you are going to be in the main? Are you going to be the person who, if people are going to the field, if people are going to sell, HR is there. He's be able to understand that when you go to marketing, what happens? When you go to PR, that person PR in your department who goes to meet the media and be able to have challenges, the CEO going to meet the media. Are you part of to be able to understand what does it take? Are you recrafting job description right now, because things are changing with this pandemic, and the divide is becoming huge. So paradigm shift, new business models will emerge. Are we ready? We need to be ready, people. We have no choice, or we'll be forgotten. This is where the concept of where HR are responsible to train HR for non-HR managers. Let everybody appreciate that, but you are responsible. But you'll discover some organization or some situations, HR, when it comes to the program HR for non-HR managers, HR managers don't want to attend because say we are HR, okay? But do they attend finance for non-finance? Do they attend marketing for non-marketing, sales and marketing for non-processes? Do they? Yes, when it is required by ISO standards. So we'll also be able to change the speed of doing things. We need to have that critical speed to be able to deliver, because people, innovations. As we talk about product, we need also to think about, as HR, people, innovation. If I take you back to the 4 P's of the business, that's product, price, place, promotion. And promotion inside it means people, or you can have it as 5th P, people, which takes care of all the above. So are we able to provide innovations, and we be able to increase? So here again, let's share our thoughts. We start with the first questions. How do we use all divisions of HR to help business to drive sustainability and growth? That's question number 1. Let's interact, people. That you need to, on your understanding, how now together as a team, how do we use all the divisions of HR to help the business? How shall we help? The key here is HR help business sustainability and growth. How shall we drive business sustainability and growth as HR? So let's go to our chat box, and feel free in the chat box I'll be checking it now and often if you need to change the methodology of delivery. But I think participation is the thing. We will all learn from one another. We will get engaged. So in 2 minutes again, let's get to our first question. How do HR drive business sustainability and growth? Okay. Okay, let's get to the chat again. Great people. Thank you. We did well on the first one. Thank you. Thank you. Let's keep chatting. Let's keep engaging. This is where things happen. Okay. Yeah. Know your organization. We're answering question number 1 first. Driving business, HR driving business to drive sustainability. Yes, know your organization, very important. You cannot drive what you don't know. Have staff properly placed to maximize an output. Thank you so much, Lucy. Your peers know you can also sell your own products. Yes, you are not in the backseat. This is it, Caroline. HR should not think that sales is for other people. should not think that field works for other people. Should not think training is for them. It is even the other departments need to contribute to this great development of the people. So when you start also giving part of what you do, helping organization. Thank you very much, Caroline. Since HR is the person for organogram, they must also know how it works and ties it to the overall goals, vision, and achievement of profits. Thank you, Catherine Gandhi. Understand the business and upgrade the employees. Understand the business and upgrade the employees. Skills to meet the objective of the organization. And this where you need to go further and be able to, yes, minimize expenses and improve the quality of service. Yes. Be in the discussion of the profitability of the organization. Be developing current and relevant skills. Oh, greatness. Guys, we are doing very well. So let's go to number 2. How can we be strategic business partners to CEO and business leaders? Now, here we want to be the owners of strategy to the CEO and to the business leader. How can we be? What shall we do? So that it's not only the finance people. In this country, finance people are the ones who are taking the corner offices, the top corner offices, if they still remain to be called so, the CEOs. Yeah. My quick research and deep dive in most of the organization. And the finance people have discovered one thing, particularly in the progressive organizations. You'll be able to see the people who have been in finance now have gone to be the head of commercial department. They are going to become sales and marketing. Yeah. And while they are there, they are smartly, of course, engaging HR. So they're getting the HR skills. So who's going to be the next CEO? Even if we do personality profiling, job profiling, specification profiling, you'll discover they will take it. But we still have an opportunity here. They are also were attracted and developed by HR. So let's go to question number 2. How can we be strategic business partners with the CEO? Thank you. Participation. I like this. Then wherever you are, this is a great forum. Great people. These are great people. Alignment with the people and resources, ensuring we have the right skills in place, interdepartmental linkages. By having a framework that handles delivery of all HR levels, that on breaking the HR glass ceiling, get a buy-in to have a voice. Get a buy-in to have a voice, ready to face conflict for both hard HR and soft HR. I can see people are really energized. Changes with us now. Use the HR metrics in decision making. Yes, use HR metrics. Not stories, figures, facts. You need to be very good in business analytics. Another course that I passionately offer, business analytics. You need to understand all information so that present that information for decision making. We learned about that the other day, metrics. Now you need to see simple steps, which metrics gonna make a difference. We all learned the quadratic equations. In HR, are we ever using our quadratic knowledge, equation knowledge? Life is an equation. We must lobby to be the main person, to be the heartbeat of the transaction and strategy. Participate in developing business strategy and make sure the whole organization understand. Yes, very true. Aligning the HR strategy to overall business organization strategy. HR professionals need to understand the speak language of the business, secure a strategic place, understand. Fantastic. Let's go to question number 3. Guys, we are there. But now again, question. You are talking of HR strategy. We need to own the entire business strategy. HR, everywhere it's about people. So HR should be the driver of the entire business strategy, not only HR strategy. If we want to change how things happen, because we are the owners of people. Yeah, we are the owners of people. So let's attempt number 3. We are doing well. Don't worry, we are on good time. Today we want to engage, we want to learn together, because when you share something, when we explain, when you see someone, you get a learning. Number 3, how can we partner with business leaders to drive business? Profit and loss, employee engagement. And now that's what matters to us. How can we partner with business leaders? How can we partner with business leaders to drive business? And to drive business is to drive profit and loss and employee engagement. So on that question, I'm using my timing. When I ask a question, so any response from 9:38, that is the response for that question. So let's get to a chat box. How can we partner with business leaders to drive business, profit and loss, and employee engagement? Share your opinion, chat box. Let's continue chatting. Thank you. Great people. I think this learning is good. Wherever you are, please make sure that you have some water, you have a cup of coffee or some tea, nice for you, because your brain is highly engaged. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. HR roles work closely with internal stakeholders, deep understanding of the business, not just HR. Creating a niche. HR is about the most important asset in the organization, people resources. Build trust and credibility, never let partners down. Now I've gone to the question of how do we drive business? How do we drive P&L and engage our employees? That's where real business partnering is. I want us to be able to break our thoughts, to be able to share our thoughts so that we can be able to get into the details properly, ready to make hard HR decisions, be part of the decision making that drives metrics, that drive action plans, be part of the kitchen cabinet. You don't be part of the kitchen cabinet, Catherine. You are the cabinet. In fact, you are the one. You don't need to be in the deep state. Things will change one day. Through understanding, thank you, Catherine, through understanding of available HR skills, enhancing them and retaining strategies of the same. Fantastic. Now, we want as HR to start now, even the language. Remember, if you are to score marks, in your response, you need to show how to drive P&L. So you need to have appreciated what is P&L. In what facet of the P&L do you touch as HR? Okay, that's how you get your marks. That's how you get your marks. So the question is, how can we partner with other business leaders to drive business P&L and employee turnover? So if you, in your response, you have P&L, you have not touched at least, let me see. Let's continue engaging and learning together. Today, this is the day the Lord has made for us. Through understanding available HR skills, enhancing them, and retention strategies of the same. Thank you, Catherine. Go further. How does it affect the P&L and the turnover? Those people who are able to be lucky last week but one, there were causes about HR metrics, turnover, and all that. We can find out staffing needs or training needs of their current staff and work on development areas of the staff to empower them to deliver the turnover. If to qualify that, Felicita, I would go further and say to empower them deliver the turnover or profitability. You are touching something, the language. There's something which is called a nomenclature, or each business has got its, the words that are used. So as HR, we need also to start our language, our meta language should now be able to encompass everywhere. Being able to lead and explain this to be, thank you very much. Good. Caroline, you are quick to these things. Understand the business and an industry to always be ahead in providing solutions that impact the bottom line positively. Fantastic, Barbara. Whereby you need to do research. You need to be people who are understanding the research, know what the business is doing, business analytics, be able to guide this. I think we need this type of human resources to be able to capture this. Why is it that people in some businesses which are not progressive, people, they enter the organization, but they never leave? Well, it's a good KPI to look that people are retained. But ask yourself, do you fire them? Or they're the ones when they are tired with their business, they leave. You must be able to start thinking like HR. Think about how the football teams operate. The good, there's always reshuffling. There is also that time, that zone time where people are changing. So understand the business and industry, very important. Turnover, minimum attrition is okay. Retention of key skills and engaging them. This is where HR comes. You're able to see there's a certain salesperson. For us to be able to deliver a turnover, you also as a HR be able to further understand that sometimes you can promote somebody and be able to advise the business. You can promote somebody to incompetency. You got this person by the way I'm not saying that you remuneration. You can remunerate somebody very well, but it means at a certain level that they can be able to deliver. Those are the thinking that we need to be thinking so that we can the attrition and the retention. Achieving return on investment, very good. Achieving return on investment and how HR. Okay, is it possible to encourage to raise hands? Okay. I've been asked if it's possible to encourage people to raise hands and give comments along with the chat. Okay, I think that's a good idea, but let's have that one. We'll work closely with Dan, and in top of an hour we will do that session. People to speak out. But right now, let's go through this. Thank you for your letting me know that it's good to encourage people to raise hands and give comments along with the chat. I think whatever you have to say, please write it down. Then 5 minutes or 10 minutes to the top of the hour, we will do that activity. So thank you so much. Develop strategies for all sections in organization to attract, develop their skills and abilities, retaining, hence enabling them to achieve their income target. Fantastic. You can see now the language is changing positively. We are taking over. We are taking over. This is where we are driving business. We are becoming HR business, but articulate the HR component of the P&L. You're asking a question or, well, articulate the HR components of P&L. Okay. I hope that one you'll raise hand and then we shall discuss that clear first. Thank you very much. HR should be familiar with the organization process, ensure the employees have relevant skills, understand the business, and plug in as HR. By enhancing HR internal process through applying excellent recruitment process, HR can reduce cost of the organization, thus improving the business profit and loss. Fantastic. Yes, you're in HR, but your contribution, and this is what you should be reporting to the board. You are saying this is, if we are able to have this type of skill, I can be able to pay this person more, but the delivery will be this much because I'll be able to do proper recruitment process and excellent processes. I'll be able to have the right people in the bus, moving our organizations from good to great. This is what we're calling as solutions as HR business, continuously engaging business areas. Fantastic. Participants, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. But should I see someone has requested the issue of hands?
Hiyo kitu aliiweka.
Okay.
Niamekira haha.
Okay. Okay, for everyone, please mute. Speakerphone if you are discussing something, emergency in the house. Introduction to HR business, partnering in ever-changing business world. Good HR business partners are able to follow along and provide functional levels of support. While world-class HR business partners are able to assess the business and provide deep insights and solutions that help the business objective to achieve its goals and objectives. And this is where we are looking at the issue of why HRBP? Why HRBP? The world is changing. We need to use HR to deliver top line and deliver bottom line. Then we are business partner. Then be able to be in financial perspective and also in the process perspective, because we must have the right people who are able to follow the values of the organization, the process of the organizations. Many times is when HR people are fired or given warning letters because they did not follow the processes. Are we able to inculcate skills appropriately to follow that? Yes, we can. How to track efficiently of HR business partner and the difference between HRBP and HR manager, making of the HR business partner. This is where we are heading, all of us. So we'll be able to understand that HR is not about, HR is about creating value for the key stakeholders we serve, the significant others, the other departments, all the people that are in the organization, including the CEO, is HR's business. The job of HR business partner is not about doing work of HR, such as building purpose and belonging, but it's doing work that helps the company win in the marketplace. How do we win in the marketplace? To win the marketplace, you must first win the workplace. You must win at the recruitment point. How did I recruit this person for which task? You must win at that particular point. It's very, very important. So evolution of HRM and HR. Between 1890s and 1913, we had welfare officers, kombe ya chai, mambo kama hayo. Then we went to the labor manager, tukaweka kitu kidogo ndani. Then 1940s, tukaenda personnel management. 1980s, tukaenda human resource management. Na hii tumeimba sana 1980 to 19. But sometimes we delay to get these things. And then 2000 and beyond, already we are 20 years. This is strategic business partner, to be able to provide solutions in the business. We are the owner of the business. HR is a business partner because we employ from the CEO, every human being is our business. Okay? So how is the model of HR business partner? Let's look at the features, the advantages, the benefits, the changes, and the considerations. So it's good to understand why it comes, how it goes, the advantages, the benefits, changes, considerations, and see how we can model it within the organization to be able to deliver better. And when we are discussing about HR business partner and the skills appropriate for them for it, and the need to have it in the organization and be able to put it to also have it in their business plans to be able to deliver better. So features, the HR business partner model is designed positively impact on business in all levels over the time. You are supposed to be being involved in the recruitment process. HR is able to be more careful, screen and choose individuals best suited for their jobs. We'll have challenges. People are being recruited because of political affiliations or because of many other things. What is happening in our country? Even the issues of devolution, different HRs in different areas, recruiting people from that area. There are so many things, but if it makes sense because of the cost of having that person, but also you must be able to check the ability to deliver and have the mixability and the national outlook. In the training and development process, HR is also able to pinpoint employees need particular training and ensure that is carried. If you do not understand finance, how would you train and how would you prepare and guide the HR, the finance manager on issues pertaining training and development? And maybe this person does not appreciate training and development. It's only in the organizations whereby training is done as a motivation, but not as a purpose to deliver results. It's as a motivation. It should be a purpose to deliver and to improve the organizational mission. So in knowing the inner workings of the business, the strategic nature, these are the features that we need to be help even the people from various departments, even with HR planning. What skills do you have? What do you need to deliver? At the strategic level, every strategy brought on board, there is always one thing that we put in implementation matrix, responsibility. A proper strategic plan in the implementation matrix, monitoring and evaluation, it has there's a column of responsibility. That is HR. Who is this responsible? Do they have the skills relevant to deliver that key objective, that key strategic activity? So in knowing the inner workings of the business, the nature of the HR partnership model is tasked with corporate chess game of employee and manager placement to achieve the most productive outcome. Even the CEO, do you have the right CEO to deliver the vision of that organization? Where are we seated? How can we influence? It is possible. It can. It is our business. So the benefits of business partner model relieves pressure from management to hone employee job skills for efficiency and productivity. Thus, we identify, develop, and group key employees for a succession planning, where we are able to know who shall take what. How can we be able to retain this? But also, Those who are not able to deliver, what should we do with them? Is it that we got it wrong during employment, or if you met them there, what should we do to be able to give them where they belong? Remember, one thing that I say, sometimes we promote people to incompetency, where somebody was doing better than where he is that you promoted to. We'll be able to look, but also if you promoted, then you give the appropriate development so that that person can deliver in the next job level. And even yourself, are you planning now with HR business, the things that you have not been able to do, to be able to upskill yourself to the level of the HR business partner model that can be very relevant to you in the organization that you are in? But remember, again, this thing is not only for the organization, it's also for you as a person. Why? When you come out to private practice, you will discover you'll be the salesperson, you'll be the finance manager, you'll be the process manager, and you'll be the HR looking for the people to support you. This allows HR personnel to recognize strengths which they may need for that develop in place of the employees more effectively, their weaknesses, their opportunities for growth within the organization, and correct the further job skilling training. And where possible, non-performance, disciplinary actions, again, HR, you are the guru in this matter, can be able to help. So when it comes to that features, benefits, goes to change. In the model of HRBP, what are we looking at? We are looking at the primary reason that comprise the companies consider and implementing HR business model is change. We want it to change. Right now, a good question which was asked that during this disruption time, the HR is supposed to be leading the change. Change is required. Are you having employees who are multi-skilled? Does employees still remain, or departments or sections in silo that they cannot know what someone else is doing? It's a new learning. People are going for 2 weeks. Seen most hotels even after being open, they go for 2 weeks. Then another group comes for another 2 weeks. Is that change? The people who are there, are they multi-skilled? Are we ourselves as HR multi-skilled? Can we do a business case with financial implications that the business has fallen, but if we invest in people, we are able to deliver better. And we are able, even during this COVID-19 disruption, business disruption, were you as HR, did you take time to be able to project and be able to see how can we be able to do things differently? And you did. These issues of half pay so that we can retain our employees, whatever, though it sometimes becomes a buzzword and not happening. But what did you do? I know you did something, but now how are we going together with the change? That's why HRBP model is critical, particularly this time. So whether to grow the business or make it more competitive, productive, efficient, or solve problems, change in business paradigm is often necessary. So HR business partner, you need to go and do environmental studies. You need to go and do financial studies. You need to be all round. You need to be understanding things. You need to do business analytics. You need to understand everything. You need to do psychometry to be able to understand people. You need to do personal. Have you even yourself as a HR business partner, as a HR professional, do you know your strengths and your weaknesses? Have you ever done what's called personality profile so that you can build on your weak areas and also enhance your strength, your strong areas, and also be able to search for the opportunities within the framework that opportunities provide. So the HR business model handles the changes and improvements necessary by investing in what is known as human capital. Human beings are assets. So proponents of the model recognize the personal success and job satisfaction of the individual is one of the key to business success. So personal success, you yourself as HR, first of all, be successful, then be satisfied with your job. And being satisfied with your job is you're a professional beyond profession. Very, very important, so that we can be able to have a well-run HR partner model suited to focus both the needs of the individuals and the company. And that one is what we say. The first one is features. The second one, we've seen are the benefits, and then change, why the model. And then we go to considerations that we need. Considerations, business considering the HR business partner model need to consider special nature of different model aspects, hire, train, outsource HR specialists where possible. or not necessarily using the word outsource HR specialist. Ensure that we have HR specialists in each and every department, which work in that department, understanding the needs of that department. Those are the considerations in the HRBP model. Expecting a one-person HR office to handle generalist duties of recruiting, interviewing, training, this becomes too much for a HR always. And in fact, it's one of the most boring things. Just you're waiting to recruit. You have no say even what you're recruiting. You should go to each and every facet of the business, do manpower planning, be able to understand, be part of the strategy. If you take most of the strategic plans done, you'll be able to discover how HR has been left out of the game. And the game is HR. How do you have a strategy? And then there is no manpower planning in it. How shall we be able to have people to deliver all the objectives? It's always taken slightly. Then these are the implementation matrix monitoring. Do we have a monitoring and evaluation framework for all HR people? Yes, we call it performance management and appraisal. So what do we do? But do we have continuously relevant, connected to the business? How to monitor? Is it happening? Or we shall wait as a KPI after end of 3 months, 6 months. We need to start thinking different. As HR business partner model requires a conscious decision to change and hiring of sufficient force of specialized HR talent to see it through. If you don't have specialized, you can develop. Say that I have somebody in HR who is a very good marketer, or a very good who is good in finance. Can we develop that skills there? Or we have a very good person in finance who has HR skills. Can we bring that person on board and have them and develop a better model for HR business partners? So as a recap, we have looked at the features, we have looked at the benefits, we have looked at the change, why, and the considerations. So we are doing very well. We are going to the top of the hour. And please let me know, share what have you learned this far. And as those who have something to, so just share in about 3 minutes. Let's go to our chat box. I love chat. So let's chat. Two things. One thing that is beneficial to you by appreciation of this adoption of this model and good for the business this far. Top of the hour. So in 3 minutes, let's engage. Dennis. Let's engage. Top of the hour. What have we learned this morning? So it's now 10 o'clock, top of the hour. Let's engage. What have I learned? This is what I'll do personally for myself, and this is what I will do for the business. And feel free. You're encouraged. You're encouraged. You are encouraged. You are encouraged. Top of the hour, let's continue indulging and engaging. We have 3 minutes. Yes, thank you so much. Let's engage. What's your take this far? Top of the hour. What's your take for self? Take for the business. And remember, every time you write these things, it gets into you. It gets internalized into your mind. You're already changed. You're always looking for better situation, or you're improving the situations which are there. So Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. The promotion, okay, upskill, upskill, upskill. Understand the business, fit as a partner with passion on HR and focus on the business. The promotion of admin to be HR practitioner is wrong. So it defeats the model of HR business partnership. Okay. Passion is key. Be alert to agility needs. Thank you, Caroline. Monica Yugi, thank you. Catherine Gam, the promotion of admin to be HR practitioner is wrong. So it defeats the model of HR business partnership. Well, an area for discussion. Thank you. We can discuss. Passion is key. It's very important HR to understand the business so one is equipped in providing solutions that drive better business performance. This also builds credibility. Fantastic, Barbara. HR is not just another employee, but a key partner who can influence the bottom line of the business through proactive strategy. For sure, thank you. That's the language, productivity. Top line on profit and loss account is turnover. Bottom line is the net profit. Understanding even the issues of the tax and the relevant processes required to be done and regulatory frameworks. The linkage, thank you, Dr. Sarem. The linkage between corporate strategy and HR resource requirements in terms of capacity and capability. That is what I have learned. Thank you so much, Dr. Yeah. Irene, since I'm already involved as a business partner in a small way, I need to now further demonstrate that I am worthy my place in the table of discussions. Yes, very true. I have even analytics, and I'll encourage you to do an analytical model, analytics training, that HR can be able to be presenting in facts and figures, and how it's everything that you present, how does it contribute to top line, bottom line? How does it contribute to customer? How does it contribute to either internal customer, external customer, and final output? Great learning so far. Karibuni sana. We are continuing well. I thank you. Training objectives. Yes, training objectives. Work with them. To be HBP strategic position organization in all departments, engaging people, attracting, developing, engaging, and retaining. Important. Hey, should positive change the business gears towards improving the P&L. Need to be in touch with the ground. Need to be in touch with the ground. Caroline, be in the ground, be on the ground, but very good. Need to be in touch with the ground. Yes, make decisions. Managing, it's called the MBWA, managing by walking around. Where you go, you see what is happening, greet everybody in every department, be able to know, smile to them, get to know how their family is doing, whatever. That's part of HR. But now you want to engage them. You want even to have a plan to work with them. So personal success and job satisfaction is important for me as it helps driving business success. Yes, personal success builds confidence. Job satisfaction gives more enthusiasm and drive for delivering more HR must develop a bird's eye view in the organization to add value. Data collection, connection to the business analytics. Yes, HRBP needs to be an all-rounder to be able to advise in areas of HR, no analysis, financial skills. Now, thank you very much. Great team. I think the learning is going on. Participation is good, and I appreciate you all. When you participate, I feel encouraged, and we work together. The more you get onto the chat box, and if you have any question, also you can post it in the question box. There's one who had asked about the issue of somebody had asked issue of raising hands. hour. We can also be able to hear. But that one means I'll be forced to do what? So that what happens? Any more concern, or we continue? We are getting to sweeter. We are getting to who's a HR business partner and what is it. We are getting, but I don't mind if I can, if I can be able to hear two voices or so. Can be able to hear two voices or so. I think this one closely. These people work closely with the organization. They work closely with the organization, senior leaders, in order to develop a HR strategy that closely supports the overall aims of the organization. Can't hear you. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone who, Khalif? Yes, can you, what's happening, Doctor? We can't hear you now. Can you hear me? Now, can you hear me? Yeah, thank you. If you can hear me, thank you. Yes, thank you. Now you're back. Thank you so much. Can we get 2 people so far put on video? Those who are willing, only two chances. Put your video on and say something about HR business partnering. Somebody had requested so in the chat box. So just so that we go to the next hour. Anyone? Anyone?
Yes, I could
Charles
share
Mutua?
mine.
Yes, Catherine Ngambi. Yes, Catherine. If you can put your video on, we'll be able to be happy. Yes, Catherine?
Okay,
yes, that way. Thank you.
One of the issues that the HR partnership that we are talking about is the fact that even if we theorize what needs to happen, there must be an action plan of how the inroads can be done, because you still see that every CEO would like to promote his personal assistant as the HR. That is normally the career growth. And because administrators are normally very strict people, to the negative image of HR, where HR is seen as people with brown envelopes at 4:30 and not people oriented. They manage the people. So for me, that needs to change, and that is why I have a way that we drive the process into adoption of the HR partnership model. Africa and Kenya SME level will still remain on welfare officer, labor, and personnel management. And that is why, that's my take.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The concern is valid. Catherine, the concern is very valid. We are on development. And when you talk about HRBP, you see the world got into HRBP from the year 2000 and beyond. And the truth is we are 20 years later. We are still, as you have said, Catherine, that we are still not on it fully. I've worked in various organizations, not very many, but I'm privileged to have worked in an organization where HR business partnership was practical, where that in the department that I worked, I had a HR. Then in my career, there is where I was also a HOD and head of department, that top level of management, and how we work again with HR. And I didn't have a problem working with HR because where I had come from, there was HRBP, so I understood HR. And in everything that I did, I engaged HR, finance, and the relevant so that to be able to deliver. Now, Catherine, you are bringing a very important action plan on how to do. Now, my take, and maybe any take from anyone to respond to or contributors to say something, we have another one slot so that we continue. Thanks so much, Catherine. I believe I'll also respond to that shortly. Personal experience, corporate experience, from the strategic level, what happens, and I had explained also when we have, I do many strategies for many organizations, and always where it beats most at time, it's on the HR, people perspective, which again, being lucky that I'm also a HR professional, I'm able to guide the HR. But sometimes you go, you meet some strategic plans, nothing on HR, and it's very nothing on HR and nothing on customer, which becomes very unfair for our businesses. So can we get someone else? Thank you so much, Catherine. Someone else to voice something? Yes?
Yeah, Rachel. My contribution, and I would like to add to Catherine's concern, and I appreciate her concern, is that for us to change the way in which the organizations perceive we as HR within the organization, and I would want to buy from the basic definition of HR business partner, meaning that if I as a HR understand the business of the business and therefore know how to contribute in regard to delivering the key results for each of the functions, then I will have a voice that has positive value and has meaning. And therefore, I'll be invited to that table and I'll have a productive contribution in those. And that's where I think the component of HR analytics come in. But then you find if we are not keen to understand what the business does and how we can facilitate the various functions deliver on their specific mandates, then you'll find that we want to be relegated on the side. But when we upskill ourselves to understand if it's financial issues, and consequently, what is the demand for we HR to facilitate finance people deliver on the demands of finance department? How do we facilitate the sales team to deliver on the demand of that particular docket? Then that way I have value that the rest of the team will be able to perceive from my being in that decision table. That way I think we are going to change the manner in which we are perceived by the rest of the organization and be looked at as a part of a function and a contribution that can really make a change within the organization. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rachel, for that. We are well, thank you. Great. What happened to my fellow men? At least a man's voice. At least a man's voice, so that we go to the next top of the hour. Okay. Another person, a man this time round. Kaya, where are you? You promised we will be together full time. Yeah. A gentleman, HR. Pius, Patrick, Peter, Roberto, someone.
I'm ready.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I go ahead? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. We can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Mine just give an industry perspective on how some organization I work with had about 4,000 employees. So the business was very fast. So what the organization will do is a particular department that has a very complicated kind of environment, even in terms of the hours they work, the way their allowances are handled, the way that particular department is regulated by international, is get somebody from HR department posted a HR business partner. So what this person was supposed to do is to sit with the director of that department and assist in terms of ensuring that HR issues for that particular department are well handled. And this would be the link, the HR business partner now would be the link between the departmental leadership of that particular department and the HR director. So that I saw that happening in one organization, and I've seen it happening in several organizations. So that when you're talking about the HR business partner, it is somebody as a HR department, somebody who's seconded to another department, strategic and operational handled, and then they interlink that particular department and the overall HR department. So that was just a particular industry that used to operate like that. I don't know whether it's relevant now, I don't know whether it still makes sense, but I saw that happening about 10 years ago.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because that's when you go to the HR, to the director of the other department, you are able now to get a hearing. And that's why we say, like what that organization did, they give support to that other side. You have the skills as a HR, whereby you can have HR posted to different departments, who they can go there, they do from HR planning, what do you require, what skills do you require, what training, that person goes to support there. Then everybody starts appreciating even the HR, what they are doing in the organization. Then beyond there, we are the ones to bring transformation, whereby we ask people, in fact, the other way is in that department. Is there somebody with HR desire to be in HR? Then that person will come with competency from that department. Then he will bring that one into our HR department. So we shall build a strong team, which we shall have a matrix kind of an organization. We have HR in every department. Be it he was original from HR or from that department, then we transform that person to HR. HR stops being a welfare officer, it becomes part and contributor of the business. Thank you very much for that insight. Fantastic. And we really appreciate. So we will continue. Thank you so much, Charles, for that. Now let's continue further. and get into the top of this. So HR, 4 roles. You're a strategic partner, you're a change agent. That's what we need transformation. We need to transform. We have not been, we are now. This is the opportunity. When you get knowledge, you have an opportunity to start doing it from now. Employee champion, you need to, the employee needs to feel you. Remember, the customer of HR is the internal customer, employee. You need to be the champion, understand them, profile them, help them to know themselves, help them to know what are their weaknesses, help them to know how do they develop their even personal vision, even yourself as you help others. And then you need to be an administrative expert. You're a HR. Then you cannot even do proper documentation. You need to have learned more about strategy, how to develop strategy, so that even when you're discussing, you can be able to see how to be able to manage the organization properties and be able to bring them to the table. How can we be able to derive more value from it? So HR professional must operate simultaneously in all the four of the above mentioned areas. You're a strategic partner. Anything's happening in the business, if HR is not there, they will start calling you. That's where we need to be. That's where HRBP is. You're a change agent. You bring change and transformation in the organization. You're the employee champion. Even the employee who have, and HR is in a very good place, but also the credibility of you as a HR is very, very important. You need to be a counselor in that organization, whereby people can come and pour, and also make sure that you have an oath of HR, like the oath of medical doctors, that you can never, ever be able to give information outside. And that's true and happens, but that one has to be emphasized. How are you part and parcel of the big business? So as we continue that way, we will be able to see the most important thing HR can give to employee today. Back again to our chat. What is this important thing that HR can give to the employee today? Just one thing, each one of us. Let's try to chat. One thing, what can you give to an employee today? You as HR today. Let's get to the chat box. Whenever you write, and everything that you write is valid. In adult learning, everything that you write is valid. Whichever way, because you are a unique person with diverse knowledge and experiences. So what is this one important thing HR can give to an employee today? And this today means, particularly we are on a pandemic, we are on an endemic now, the COVID-19 reality. What is this, that one thing that you think that HR, as HR, we can give to an employee today? What is this? Thank you so much. Brilliant. The more you write, the more I get encouraged. And the more I encourage you. Support in counseling, fantastic. We are the ears of the organization. We are the ears of each and every person. We have drug abuse. We have alcoholics. How are we going to help them? And you need to see them. We are the owners, again, HR is the owners of values, culture of the organization, encouragement to feel part of the team, support, mental support, hope. One thing, support, empowerment, work-life balance. Thank you. Empathy. And I really love these issues of work-life balance. I've been trained many organizations and different panels on work-life balance. And I believe currently we were in work-life balance before the year 2000. Right now, we are on work-life integration. Right now, we are on work-life integration. That management needs to appreciate and understand one another, people within the organization, because if you needed 1 hour off, you can go. But also when you have gone beyond 5 or your working hours, you should not always be talking about that you need to be paid the overtime. Engagement focus, thank you. Empathy, a listening ear, thank you. An ear and a shoulder to lean on. Yes. So every HR, then that shows us here that every HR needs to do what? Every HR needs to be a counselor. You need to go to do some counseling. because it's not easy. One of my causes when I was doing my bachelor's, and it's not easy to be at that listening ear. It's not for everybody. Career path planning for multi-skilled people, very important. Information access through communication. Also, there's an important aspect, the current situation. Artificial intelligence, we have not adopted it as HR business partner. There is what we call as artificial intelligence, which is bringing to the concept of knowledge management. We were in records management, records keeping. Now we are going to knowledge management. What is HR doing in that? That's another opportunity where HR can be able to bring change within the organization. And HR needs to have appreciated things like emotional intelligence, courses offered here and we offer as well. Emotional intelligence, leadership, to be able to bring change within the organization. Right tools, unlocking the skill set, psychological support. You need to give them a chance. Engagement, work-life integration, fantastic. Also needs balancing, very, very important. There are some people who have gone to, particularly during this endemic, work-life integration, it's also being misused against work-life balance. People are working even till midnight because now you're expected to be at home and you're working from home. So you're expected not to have left the house. Yeah. So treat employees individual, recognition, counseling, train even virtually to develop employees, coaching and mentorship, fantastic. Availability and open-minded. Thank you. So this we're saying as a team together, this business coaching and productivity measure, and this is very important. Also, you as a HR, go to other department, see if they can be given an opportunity whereby you can also be coached on that particular aspect. Also can do training on those. So when we are looking on training needs analysis, it has been done wrong, particularly in many places, not only African countries. How it is done is wrong. Because this is the time you need to be able to understand across, and the concept of HRBP is we'll be able to bring these things into perspective so that we can be able to have multi-skilled people. And even during the pandemic, you can have fewer people working at different zones, working in the office and others outside, supporting one another, reshuffling, and be able to be safe and deliver. Management by objectives, very, very important. Help them to, because where you have objectives, then employees are always happy. Even yourself, you are going for, if you are going for a certain journey, if you are giving, you are going for a journey, you're always happy to have reached where you are going. Whatever town you are going or you'll be going, you're happy. Also, employees are also motivated when they know management by objectives. And also, you are requested, okay, thank you, Dennis. There's also the poll going on. Also be able to fill in so that we can see how we are rating and how we are doing on this great cause, that we can be able to be the change agents, strategic enablers. We're gonna be the employee champions. Oh my goodness, what else can we be able to be of value in this world? This is the legacy we need to live to be able to deliver. Strategic partner, change agent, employee champion. We have always been administrative experts. We need to be better. So we continue. While thank you. While creating purpose opportunity for the organization. Just a minute. While creating purpose, opportunity, and vision are incredibly important to driving engagement with employees, what HR and business leader can and should give an employee today is an organization that wins in the marketplace. Just check around you or in the business. Any organization winning in the marketplace, that's where an employee is happy to work. They even deliver more. So as a business, as HR, we need to see how do we win at the marketplace. If the company doesn't win the marketplace, there's no purpose. There's no vision. There's no teamwork. I don't know if I'll be paid salary. We are not winning. But if you're doing well in the marketplace, we can see our products. We can see our services, availability, visibility. We are activated. You talk about your brand, be it public or private organization. There's no where we are talking of even marketplace. Huduma Center came. It became a reality in the country. You can get something. How it came, how it was branded, how it was visible, the reality of getting things. Very, very important. Even the employees getting motivated. sustainably, again, is HR responsibility to make this sure that these things happen. So there's no incentive, there's no opportunity, and being a business partner is about that assumption. If it is excelling the organization, every employee, and even the HR, you're happy to be part. Until we win in that marketplace, HR is not adding or delivering value. Because we are the people who employed these people. We are the people who employed the people who turn the marketplace. So you need experts in the marketplace, but also you need to understand it so that all of us, we can be able to win at the marketplace. So, and the marketplace is customer perspective. Are customers buying? Do you have the right people to attract, to develop, to engage, to convert, consumption, unit per caps, value baskets? Those are the things that now HR needs to be understanding, not a KPI that we needed to fill this position. It has been filled. We need to go to that level. So HRBP looks outside the company, where HR manager is more concerned with meeting the day-to-day requirements of the HR department. HRBP looks beyond, making the organization to succeed both in policies, processes, and ensuring that it's excelling in the marketplace. HRBP plays a more strategic role in introducing specific processes and policies that attract and retain the best. You attract and retain the best from customer perspective. Your company shall win at the marketplace. You need to ensure money, financial perspective, how to reinvest, how to do various investment models that will be able to derive bottom line. HR needs to attract and retain the best talent in that company. Processes that will sustain our financials and our customer, internal and external. Those policies, you need to attract and retain the best talent to be able to take care of the process, the policies, the procedures, the production, the procurement, and all that matters, the regulatory frameworks within the business. That's how we can be able to deliver. Because the purpose of HR business partner is being a business partner is not about doing HR for HR. It's about doing HR so that we win in the marketplace. The value is ultimately defined by the receiver more than the giver. The purpose is doing HR that wins in the marketplace. We should not feel that we have neglect. If you have a feeling that HR has not done what's supposed to be as a business partner, let's go back to ourselves. Leadership, three things: know thyself, control thyself, and give thyself sacrifice. We need all of us as HR. We are the leaders. We lead the organization. So you need to know yourself. So do personality profiling. Need to do team profiling, team dynamics. And those are things that we provide. We help individual knowing yourself, then knowing from here, how do I get mentorship? How do I get development to go to the next level? It is possible, so that you can be able and win at the marketplace. Because all money comes from the marketplace. Be it in government, be it in NGOs or in private businesses, it's the marketplace. If you don't win with the voters, if you're in politics, if you don't win with the electorate, if you don't win with the national, the nation, the people of that country, then if you're not winning, what is HR doing? We have to win. So that's very, very critical and very, very important. Winning in the marketplace is where we being HR business partner starts. That's where we create value. You must understand the context of your business and the challenges. That's why HR business partners create value and purpose. And that's what being a business partner is all around. Are you able to do SWOT for your skill set in every section, every department, and recommend and be part? And remember, I said leadership, three things: know thyself, control thyself, and give thyself. There must be sacrifice for us to be able to deliver this. Not going to happen easily. You should also be ready to go to the market. Yeah. If you're in distribution, get to the distribution. If you want to understand what's happening in technology, get into the technology, get to the ICT people, get to know what are their latest, get some skills to be able to do. And of course, you are doing well if you're already in this platform, this technology. So then HR partner as part of the strategic HRM, whereby we look at from the strategic level of HRM, which is an approach that defines how organization goals will be achieved through people by means of HR strategies and integrated HR policies and practices. Everything in the organization from HR, and I would say this, let us take the job of strategy development, because even the person who does strategy, we are the people who we need to attract and retain that talent. How does the definition relate to HRBP? We go even to HR planning model, how the organization plans are done. You must be there. Look at the model like what we've learned severally about the balance scorecard. In organization plans and objectives, do I understand the customer? Do I understand financial process and the people perspective? Then you contribute to identifying future human requirements to deliver that vision. Then compare the current inventory of what you have and recommendation, and be able to develop a financial estimate included to deliver the plan as being derived by all the other colleagues, whereby you need to determine the numbers and the levels of and criticality of each vacancies to deliver value. You analyze the cost and time involved in managing that demand so that you can have appropriate supervisory and development of that talent. Choose the resources and the methods of recruitment to be able to have to attract. Many a times people fail because they got it wrong during recruitment. But again, where sometimes the public service fails, you are never there to attract. You met already filled positions, which we must continue until one time it will come to reality. Jobs are placed and attracted because there's something you can do. And this is how we can grow as a nation, as HR, to be able to help even the public sector. Because I also feel for the HRs who are in the public sector, there's nothing you can do, but there's something you can do. Nothing you can do because you met the people there. Encourage them, give them hope, show them the few things you can do within several months. There are some HR levels which remain in the same ministry or parastatal, but a higher level always are reshuffled within ministries. Fortunate or unfortunate, but whenever you are there, what do you need to do? Be that person who can be able to determine, these are the numbers we require in our ministry. In this department, this is what they shall deliver. This is the cost. This is the time. Stop being selfish. We must sacrifice to be able to deliver value and win at the marketplace. We must also be able to determine the redundant numbers. Why do we wait for a consultant to come and tell you have redundant numbers? HR, you are a consultant. You are a consultant in what you are doing because you are the consultant across the entire organization. Analyze the cost and time required for managing surplus and redeploy or retrench. Again, here you must be able to use appropriate tools to be able to know who to redeploy where. Some organizations, people are redeployed. You're not okay in this department. You don't even have a cultural fit of the organization. You are deployed to another department where you go, you spoil again. Human beings, we need to appreciate. How do we do? It's a business. Our business is winning at the marketplace. That's HR, business partner. And to win in the marketplace, we look customer, we look financials, we look processes, and we look people. So, assessing current human resources and making inventory is our job. Do across every and engage. Big challenge which is coming in many of the HR from practice, job analysis are being done by consultants, either understanding or not understanding. But on a day-to-day basis, how can you be able to do? But I also appreciate sometimes you give consultants like Stan Consulting to be able to help you do this, because sometimes the job you may be felt like they're the one who's able to bring change. But why are you never fear to do good? It is an area of opportunity. There are very few people who are willing to sacrifice to do good. Many want to be laggards and to be praised for doing nothing. So generate a fairly accurate picture of the existing situation. So managing future demand is our job. Managing future suppliers is our job. How shall we retrench? How shall we do outplacement, layoffs, leave of absence without pay, loaning, even loaning like football, loan this person, let them go to this other ministry or this organization or wherever to be able to learn and come back. It is happening without knowledge. Many of loaning, as you see, particularly go to the banking industry. You see someone leaves this organization, goes to the other bank, learns, becomes, and then somehow not documented, but comes again. You HR will attract that person, come back again, we have a better package for you. That's also some type of loaning, though not documented. Then work sharing, need to build one another, coaching. Don't keep work alone, help others. Take at your level, people, identify champions across the organization that you can be able to bring this knowledge of HRBP, help them that we can be able to share this work, and also bring your work, we also share. Reduce working hours, early voluntary retirement, and attrition. All these are very, very important for us to be able to appreciate. So as we continue, manpower planning, I cannot overstate. So because people are the one who deliver from job analysis, when people are doing strategy, someone asked, where, it was Catherine, where do you get into that table? You need to have done, when people are doing strategy, you need to show the skill set that you have to deliver the strategy and what else you require. Very, very important. And what else you require, then we can be able to, what stuff do we need to do the job? What stuff is available within our organization? Doing performance appraisal, company data banks. When you are going to discuss in the boardroom or in the company plan, say these are the people we have, these are the skill sets we need, these are the skills that we need the training to do to be able to upskill here. We have more people. Can we open other departments to be able to have more return on investment of the people that we have? Can we be able to do extra to be able to generate more revenue? Can we be able to do this to be able to do better work plans to be able to support others? Employee management and development. What is the match of what we have, what we don't have? What is the impact on the wage and salary program? If not, what type of people do we need and how should we recruit them? This is, again, how you add value within the context of HRBP. Factors in focusing staff requirements, the projected, the quality, the financial resources available. What is my role in facilitating human resource planning? Those are takeaway, those are the questions that you need to continuously asking yourself. What is my role? Do I ever do it even? Human resource planning. This is where we fail because we become part and parcel of us, an employee in the organization. We must be able to be showing when others are reporting profits, we are also reporting our status of where we are and its contribution to that profitability or to that turnover. What gaps would I look forward to close from the previous state of our operations? The thinking, the business analytics, knowledge management, so that you can be able to be a change agent within the organization. So the programs over organization performance, HR organization strategic planning from the start, HR in organization strategic planning, not only HR strategy, but even its planning. You need to know when shall we plan. It is always there. Support, put in the budget, proactively participate in big picture decision making, change management, redesign organizations and the work processes, keep changing to be able to deliver better, keep changing. Change is the only permanent thing. Measure financial results of all HR activities. And this means every human being in the organization, including the CEO. This is, when we have this CEO, okay, this is the output of the organization. This department, this is what's able to realize. Even you can be able to take position. And when we are talking about this HRBP, there's something that you can never miss to discuss. And one critical, David Ulrich, is the father of HRBP, where he talks about the processes and the people. So if you go to the balance scorecard, when you talk about processes and people, process, financial, and then customer, finished. People, process, future, and day-to-day operations. How are we aligning our HR and business strategy? From today, ask yourself, get a pen and a paper. How will I influence? Because strategies must be redone. How many people are required to deliver the organization, new organization vision? Because it has to be new with this pandemic. You must, as a HR, be thinking to start the discussion and ensure it gets done. You have a lot of support. We've done it, and never fear. Fear is what stops us from contributing positively in this world. Then change agent, managing transformation and change. Their change is now with us. It has always been there. How are we going to be? And I appreciate everybody who is in this platform, because you are an early adapter. You can be able to see these things. How can we be able to be training everybody across the divide? These days we are able to meet my partners, my other fellow consultants, my associate consultants, be it from Scotland, from US, over, and we do business over this media, the technology, which previously we thought we had to fly around the world. Then you're an administrative expert, managing the firm's HR infrastructure. And go beyond that, you need to know each and every process, optimization, and efficiency within the entire organization. Because the people belong to you. And you must be employee champion. Managing employees' contribution. How is each employee contributing? Have they made your organization or the organization that you are there? Or is it you who has accepted to be in the kindergarten? There are some organizations, people never ask anything. You go, sun will rise, sun will set, you go home. That's a kindergarten mentality. We need to ask the question, what did I do today? Each an employee should come to that reality, so we can be able to deliver a motivated, competent workforce. And that one is what we deliver from strategy. And a key role why an HR is there is to attract, develop, engage, retain competent, motivated workforce. That's all about HR. HRBP reminds you again, you have to have each employee contribution from the CEO to that other employee in the organization. So when you look at that model of the 4 key aspects of being a strategic partner, administrative expert, and also being a change agent, at the strategic level, you're a strategic partner and you're a change agent. At strategy, you must change from there. At the administrative level, day to day, you're an administrative expert and an employee champion. Those are day-to-day work, asking those questions: administration, employee champion. But also looking at how am I with these day-to-day things am I doing? How am I bringing change? How am I contributing strategically? And that's where we shall be winning. That's where we shall be winning big time. So when we are using the model, David Ulrich's model talks about who does what, business partners. Establish a relationship with customers, line business. This is what we're talking, customers. And to establish a relationship with customers, you need the people in the customer perspective, sales and marketing, be it PR department, be it people in the corporate affairs department, or the technical department. If you're in an organization where by its technical engineering, the people in the technical department, you need to be with them. You need to understand. Right now, I have so many questions of how do you, in the engineering, how are we going to be able to how shall we be able to continue more with people working from home, output? How shall we be able to measure? How shall we reward? Things are changing. You need to be change agent strategically. Yeah. Then contribute to business unit plans. Develop organizational capabilities here. Implement HR practices. Now, on implementation of HR practices and culture of the organization is the critical role of HR. If you are a HR and you've never known where you need to touch in the entire strategic plan, you have the vision, let them craft it, but you also in it. You have the mission, it is there in the article of association, memorandum of association, or an act of parliament. Then you have values, core values. Core values are the culture of the organization. When you are recruiting somebody to developing, engaging, retaining or retrenching or separation, people must live within those values. The first training you need to do as a HR is people in the entire organization living the values. Even in this country, we have the national values. If every Kenyan could live the national values, what a transformative country will we have? If they live the values which were well thought when we were doing your business plan. And if it's not there, we are there, we can help you do it. But HR, train every person, have the vision, the mission, and the values in the entire organization, so that even if you are going, cascade them in the entire organization, so that even if you are going to the next level, you can be able to be sure you are the one who is implementing change. Very important. You are representing central HR in the area that you are in. Log needs and coordinate HR services. You are in the front. You are not in the back. You help business partners realize results. And when results are not getting, we are not be able to get our sales turnovers, our KPIs in the organization, our performance management contract, HR should ask, is it the issue of people? Do they have a challenge? And this is why you need to develop your people selflessly, deliver the vision of this great organization that God created you to deliver. A very important part of the HR. Shared services, who does what? You deliver HR services because you're in the HR, manage routine processes effectively and efficiently, help, often using a single HRS, intranet, provide basic information on all center for specific queries. Particularly right now, when we are discussing, or when we are getting into the working from home. When someone opens the computer, what do they get? Do they get your brand? Do they get the vision, the mission, the values? Do they get their KPIs, reminding them what they're supposed to be doing? Yeah? Their plans of the week, the plans of the day, so that what is their contribution? Contribution needs to be measured daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, so our job will have a meaning. Sometimes shared services, if you're not careful, in many organizations, it is outsourced. But the challenge is, like Catherine, one of our great participants today, asked about the SMEs, they are still welfare officers and all that, is where it is, we are not giving value. And also the SMEs have not understood. But by and large, we are helping them through models. If you're in an SME, remember, when you get to an SME, you will be, you'll be in charge of, when you open your business, you'll be in charge of sales, marketing, availability, visibility, activation, payments, financials, returns to the KRA. That's the reality at the SME level. So remember, let us practice wherever we are. And remember as HR, we are centers of expertise, depending which school or which country you travel mostly. Create HR frameworks within each department. Be there. It's not rocket science. Start simple. We can hold hands, but I believe it's self-confidence. When you know yourself and weaknesses, you can develop and be able to, how do I start with a simple Excel? In every department, what can I do? Develop and introduce a strategic HR initiatives as a center of expertise and specialized areas of compensation and benefits. You want the people in, and there's this organization I've been working closely with, and always the HR, I like the HR. She always asks the sales and marketing, when are we giving, where is the framework for us to give incentives to our salespeople so that they can be motivated, they can go and work harder. Sometimes also the challenge is, are they having the right head of sales and marketing? Because why is this person not the one pushing or looking for it? So employee relationship, relations, learning and development, training, that is very important, talent management. Somebody is in HR, maybe that person was good in sales, but of course, very few people, you'll see them in HR. They tell you they want to go to sell commercial environment. They tell you, commercial will wish to come to HR, but not the vice versa. People don't fear tough things. I'm not saying HR is easy. It's us who have been perceived to be easy. So organization development, staffing, diversity, culture, workforce planning, it's our area. Often depend on the business partners to roll out these programs. We can. Let's make a change, because whichever way, we like it or not, there's no business or government that today is going to be the way it was. So this is a great opportunity that we have this great discussion that we need to be in the steering of change. And it must be supported by facts, figures, to be able to deliver most. So again, our model, you're a strategic partner, you're a change agent. Strategically, we are going to change. And you change, start with yourself. If you need personality profiling, we can help you at Stand Consulting Group, can work together with Academy. Strategic partner, how do you think strategic partner? How are you a strategy? How do you use the BSc? Improved BSc, I said improved, because I have seen BSc, I have critiqued it, of course, as a doctor, yes, and also as a practitioner. I've learned it, and I still continue looking and learning, delving deeper into it. And with that, we'll be able to be employee, love people, emotional intelligence. By the way, it is very important for every HR to practice emotional intelligence. Learn emotional intelligence. Learn with your team's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligent people with high emotional intelligence deliver better for the organization across the entire organization. So again, strategic partner, you're an administrative expert and an employee on a day-to-day basis. And when you're able to do this, living with your people, administrating, you can be able to bring change in the organization. So again, being a strategic partner, change agent, administrative expert, you definitely have these notes, and we can be able to indulge further and further. I know, and I believe from the last, from the various understanding from our host, Dennis, Den. I hear ladies calling him Den, men we call him Fool, Dennis. So creating the vision of HR, we are making case for HR business, so you can make a case now. I believe from today, you can make a case for HR business partnering. So before you go somewhere in your notebook, just write something that you'll continue next week, or if you have some 30 minutes, do it as how shall you do it in your organization or in your situation. Introduction to stakeholder mapping. On introduction of stakeholder to stakeholder mapping, this is where you, having understood now, you need now to map the stakeholders and how each business, customer, financial, processes, production, procurement, how am I going to be a partner to them? How am I going to be with the employees there? How am I going to help them administrative? How am I going to change positively to deliver the goals of the organization? Then assessing the readiness of HR business partner. The next module that we shall be able, depending with the timing, we shall also be able to look, and discussion shall be, how ready are you? Because now you know what is HR business partner. Go and assess the whole of this week. Are you ready to do business partnering in your organization? What are the pitfalls? And then we shall discuss them the coming sessions in the coming week, or even if you have already assessed in your organization. Then whereby you shall also identify and map HR processes in each. And I think this is something that we may do in the last module, for you to be have the three CPD points. We want to deliver. Our role in this life is delivery. We want to deliver that last hour after the 3 modules. We will be looking on how you have been able to do something, assess, identify, map stakeholders, and how you're going to be of great influence. If it has a problem, we will even work there, and we have other skills we can be able to help you. And great lessons we have learned from other organizations We have been sharing consistently and continuously, and I believe we'll continue sharing more. But now let us make it practical. Because we are a strategic partner, we develop and align strategies with the business. We assist line managers in solving organization problems, people, and change-related issues. We are the game changers. HR, you are the owner of people. When you talk about brand management, you say the brand managers are the owner of the product, that baby called product, from idea generation to when it is consumed. You, as the HR, you are the owner of the people. There is no any other profession greater than HR. You own people. You are the father and the mother of people within the organization. What do they think? What they perceive? It's your responsibility. Contribute to management's team strategic decision making with facts, figures, clearly showing the way forward. Business analytics, making decisions. Foster systems thinking, that we are all one. Every other aspect of the organization, from customer focus, people focus, financial focus, process focus, it is us to think. So our thinking from today needs to be different. We are the game changers. We are the owners. We are not the laggards. We are the leaders. Strategically manage workforce development. Then at the level of individual, at the level of the team, the level of section, department, directorate, and the whole organization, you must have the appropriate metrics to be able to say, if we proved this one by this, we will be able to deliver this, which is very, very important for you to be able to deliver the value within the organization and win at the marketplace, be it government or NGO or even at an SME level. Then remember, at a strategic level, also you are the change agent, understand the organization culture. We must change the culture from kindergartens. People are earning without knowing what they have done on a day-to-day basis. People need to work. They need to appreciate today this is what I've delivered. However small, it is our responsibility to change mindset. Institutionalize change capability within the organization. It's our responsibility. Work with line managers to lead and facilitate change. You must know what are the pains that the line managers have. You must be able to be a consultant in the entire organization. You must enhance management development. From what the CEO wants, in fact, if you have a CEO, we need to do profile your CEO and yourself. Two people to be profiled in that organization. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities to bring change in that organization? And then we can be able to help everybody else in that organization. You'll be able to fast track you being a game changer, and you can be happy when you exit the great work that you did. And even if you exit, your value shall follow you. Being an administrative expert, working day to day with other people, managing people and HR related costs, making sure that you create and deliver effective HR processes and services tailored to unique business needs. Help every line manager to be a HR on their own, and you to become that of that HR in the perspective of HR. Ensure internal and external customer focus, and ensure that you have learned something about HR. I would wish to see HR learning marketing, learning how to sell, learning the science and art of selling, winning at the marketplace, winning outside there to the public. Because the public, if you're in government, public is your customer. Yes, they're the ones who are buying your service. Unfortunately, we take public sector as a big kindergarten to the larger extent, where people never asked what did, and we do performance contracting. We feel all those things for the sake of reporting, but do we ask, what have I done? Who's doing what? Then apply information technology to rapidly deliver quality HR products and services. So to be able to meet many people, even if your organization is global, and you will be able to become a great administrative expert, a game changer. Don't forget employee. That contribution, human capital, build workforce complement, build workforce commitment, that everybody in this organization is committed, ensure fair, ethical, and equitable people processes. You are the voice of the expertise in that organization. You are the expert, the center of everything. So Thank you, great people. We are doing very well, and I can see we are on top of the hour. And as per the program, we are having 11 to 11:30, summary and closure. Demonstrate what we have learned and what we need to take and where we need to go forward and what we shall capture going forward. But again, by the time we are finishing HRBP, we need to change the way we do things. We need, by the end of it, in fact, I would recommend have a small write-up and your commitment, a small prayer that this is what I will do within the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, year, 5 years. And we'll be able to be impactful, and we shall always thank God for this opportunity SCHRP created and availed for us. So up to there, I may request, if I'm not seeing any question that requires my answering, but I will go back to, but I'm seeing 3 chats. What are they saying, the chats? Is it possible? Okay, maybe the questions were here. But again, we are going to anything after 11. The employees strike a balance between employee interest and business interest. Okay, Marianne, I'll respond to that. Employee champions. To strike a balance between employee interest and business interest. All these interests are the same. For you to have an employee delivering value, must be able to have passion in the business. Then, because I've seen many organizations where people have employees are doing the very many businesses and they finally exit, what did they ever deliver? So it's a big discussion again, but know thyself, know thy business, know thy organization. Then we can be able to go to the quadrant of emotional competencies where we say, know yourself, self-awareness, then manage self. Same to employee. Business, know your business, then manage business relationship. I think I've responded to you, but always available. Knowledge is for us to share. Is it possible to know how the 3 modules are mapping on each other so that we can understand how to justify the learning and implementation of the learning concepts? I have explained that the first module, we have touched HRBP. We know what it is. The next one, we are going to be looking at the competences, and we are going now to be getting on how to deliver, to understand organization. You will be within the week having assessed your readiness for HR, because that's a personal question. Am I ready as a HR business partner? So the justification is, I have learned about HR business partnering. Now, the next module, this week, I have an assignment to assess my organization, myself. Am I ready? How do I map my processes? Then next, you can be able to share with SHRP. We can be able to see the questions beforehand of the next module, and we shall be talking about the competencies required and demonstrating value addition. Issues of organization politics will come, which we shall also deal. That one shall also build to be able to have the last module. How do we act strategically? How the HR strategy into the main strategy, and how do we measure our effectiveness? Because also we talked about contribution, employee contribution as an employee champion. How you as HR, after getting to the business HRBP, how shall you measure your effectiveness? That you shall say, when we started this HRBP module, we were here, now we are here. What a great. So I think that one and the details of the program, it was sent, but again, that is the flow. We have understand, we are assessing, we are identifying, mapping, then we'll be able to discuss that into detail and what competencies in the delivery of that. We want it to be practical. How can you issue that HRO? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Find out more about personality assessment that is being offered. Should I contact your organization directly? No problem. You can contact us. One thing great about one great man called Dennis, he has been open to all of us, to everyone, that we can connect, create a lot of platform. In fact, to me, Dennis is delivering great value to many people. So that one, you're open, we can contact, we can be able to help one another. The more you help somebody, organization, the more better you become. And also through then, we can also work together these more things. Dr. Karanja, really looking forward to learn how to deal with organization politics, just as you have mentioned. Yes, bring them on board. In the next session, we shall also be looking on that and bettering our consultancy skills in that. I've been a consultant for the last 10 years. I've been in the business for another, and I thank God I was in the 2 best organizations in the world, learned around in Kenya and around the world, and also excelled in various fields. I learned almost any knowledge. Yeah, and that's why you'll see myself. If there's another trainer, you'll always find me at SCRP trying to learn more from different trainers. And how to deal with conflict between HR partner and centers of excellence, where centers of excellence may feel they are doing the donkey work. Okay, if you allow, let me answer these questions, and so that you'll sum up. Is that okay, then? Okay. How
that is
to
okay.
deal with conflict between how to, okay, thank you. So how do we deal with conflict between HR partner and center of excellence? Where centers of excellence may feel they are doing the donkey work. No, you are the HR expert. You deal with the skill, even their skill as centers of excellence. You need to map, you help them to have the right skill. You need to, we call it CASOX, knowledge, abilities, skills, and other characteristics, so that for them to deliver in that center of excellence. We are not competing with various centers of excellence. We are a center of excellence as HR by ourselves. So it is only now we are going beyond to be able to be value deliverers within the organization. So there will be no conflict. Yes, the issue of politics will come, oh, why this person? No. You are delivering yourself for that center of excellence. You're helping them on people's skills. Let me give an example that I've interacted in the organization. There is this heading the sales and business development organization. Then one time we were doing interviews. And sometimes even the head of departments wants to have, we want to headhunt, then someone comes, say, okay, this person looks good, is everything. But the HR looked at that person and said, are you, now that they had done the business had done my profile, they knew my strengths and they knew my weaknesses, what I was working on, which people reporting to me, what they needed to have to complement and we deliver their business objectives. Then the HR, by just keeping quiet within everything that was going on, she started asking some questions, and then she said, I think they concluded the interview. After finishing, said, on rating, this person is very good, but I will justify my rating different, not employable. Why? This person already does not go to the field the way you see, and the HR tested that interviewee very easily by providing, do you want water? Said no. But after continuing with the interview, started asking for water, had gotten the thirst. That was his time for drinking alcohol. And when I followed later, truly to what it was said. So it's very, very important for us to be able to appreciate this. It's very, very important for us to be able to appreciate we are able to deliver this. Totally agree with Dr. Karan, some of our final self-organization where the CEO GM cannot give you easy time to give expert opinion, your expert input. Do not worry. How did the CEO get into that organization? We can always present our situation is, okay, in the competency model, there is, there is one side quadrant, that you don't know. No, you don't know that you don't know. Some of them are in that category. Then you know that you don't know. They can be assisted. Then you now know that you know. You practice to become better. Then when you perfect, it becomes an innate thing. You just deliver. We must take our people through this process. We are the change agent. That CEO, that GM cannot give you easy time to give. You do your work at your level. Start doing your contributions and giving your contributions and how you're creating and how you're delivering value. If they do not listen to you today, one day you'll be in that seat and you'll change the world. Thank you. Totally agree with Dina. My current situation right now, very frustrating. How to navigate the challenge is what I need to know. Okay. Do the checklist, do assess your readiness and identify. That's why we are saying we'll be able to continue with the further module where we shall be able to look at which skills do we require as a HR business partner.
Oh, Kai.
The HR business partner.
Wacha nifungue mlango, kumbe imefungwa hadi saa 6.
Okay. We forgive you, but if you can hear us, you who is talking, please, you can mute. So totally agree with you, Dina. Dr. Karanja, we have shared that if we are to win in the marketplace, we must win at the workplace. How can we facilitate employee value proposition in the context of HRBP model? Thank you very much. Employee value proposition. Robert, this is very important, that every employee must be able to appreciate their value proposition. And this you must be able to map before recruitment. Now that you have recruited, you have them, this is a key training that every employee needs to know what is their value within the organization. This needs to be appreciated if you are you are modeled with these issues called the performance management and appraisal. How are we be able to deliver this? So you can have a champion and a performance management trained on employee value proposition in each of the respective centers of excellence. And that's how we shall be helping in this module. So I think by and large, the question time, we have some minutes, but you'll accept that we can be able to align further. But most gracious for your contributions, your participation. I really appreciate this. As a learning, as integration, as I told you, this is what learning all about. It's not about lecturing one way. We internalize, we help one another. Those who are able to get you'll get my contacts. Dr. Stanley Karanja, I'm available 24/7. I thank God I have the energy to be able to assist where possible. All the way from strategy to the actual doing, to even doing emotional intelligence with that employee and helping with all those appropriate skills. So without much ado, I must appreciate all of you, and back to Dennis. Thank you, Dennis, for the opportunity to be able to share with this great republic and this great public being our customers today. Thank you. Over to you.
Very good. Let me thank Dr. Stanley Karanja for being such an articulate presenter on the HR business partnering. We are happy and we are delighted that you've been such instrumental in that delivery. I would wish, if you can, at everybody, ensure you've participated in the poll survey that's going on. And to the participants, if you can put your video on for a few minutes, then we can do a proper closure of the session. We still have 7 minutes. If you leave before 11:30, you might be marked absent. So, having said that, I would want to hear, I can see a few of us are opening their videos on. Let me see that. Actually, what I'm doing, I'm confirming attendance, that not only that you didn't leave your you didn't log into Zoom and disappear. That is very important. Irene, very good. Kaya, very good. I can see those who disappeared to town. And you know, I'm required by IHRM to present the list of attendance for this particular training. I can understand that there are a few who might have disappeared. I guess, doesn't it look lovely? Then even with COVID-19, we are supposed to interact. Networking must continue. You cannot even, we can't do social distancing online. Hiyo ya ukijificha na video, now you are you have taken social distance into totally new measures or new heights. Very well. So I want to share our next program, and I have seen the question on, there is somebody who has asked, they would need to justify to the employer or the person paying why have 3 modules for HR business partnering. Number one, this is a way, this is our response to the feedback we got on Saturday, whereby we launched the HR balance scorecard in a span of 3 hours. Dr. Stanley Karanja, who is a certified balance scorecard practitioner, will bear me witness that HR balance scorecard is not a topic that you would undergo for in 3 hours. That will be totally out of beyond the expectations. The trainer would do their best to cover the content within that period, but it would be very difficult for them to do so. Having realized that, we were able to indulge IHRM to accept that the HR business partnering ran for 3 consecutive Saturdays for a span of 3 hours per session, totaling to 9 hours. That would give you 3 CPD points. So without belaboring that point, you can access the program from your portal this way. If you click on the topic itself, HR business partnering module 1 or module 2, if you click on that topic, you'll be able to see the program. And I want to just share my screen a little bit. This is the program. You can see the program. Let me hear somebody say they can see that.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, very well.
Yes,
Today we've covered very well. Today we've covered module 1 from 8:30 to 11, and we've concentrated our training from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., where we've covered the changing world of HRM. We did an introduction, the HR partnering as part of strategic HRM. Then we did the tools of implementing business partnering. Currently, we are doing the summary. On 1st September, we shall cover the tools for developing as a HR business partner. And you can see the items there. Now, maybe you've seen we've got a different mode of delivery. We want the sessions to be as interactive as possible. We don't want to have a one-man show where the trainer is know-it-all. No. Going forward, we shall be having a situation whereby we allow our participants to give feedback. You must have participated in other webinars where you are not allowed to be seen. You're also not allowed to participate. ACHRP has gone outside, have done its best to acquire a license for a webinar capacity of 500 people. And we can run this training for 24 hours, whereby we can have everyone participating and showing their video. So on September 12th, that is the last module, we shall now have the tools to use with the business. And the training then will be more intense because we shall also have the tools to assess the effectiveness of HR business partnering. Then we'll do a summary and closure. After successfully attending this training, you shall have earned yourself the 3 CPD points. But of importance note, each certificate, like the module 1, will give you 1 CPD point because the approval for this particular for this particular training was 3 for the whole module or for HR business partnering was 3 CPD points. But then they said we would want a list of participants for every module so that they would know who to be awarded the 1 CPD point and who not to be awarded the CPD point. Now, let me rush, and I know I'm now outside, it is already time, but maybe for those who are not able to use the system or those who are getting challenges in using our registration system, allow me to show you briefly how this is done. Briefly, allow me to share my screen to show you how this is done, and it is very fast. So that will be, I hope if someone can say they can see my screen, that is the homepage for achlp.biz. And you would be required to sign in. You only sign in to a portal where you have a, if you're already created or if you've already registered yourself. Now, if you've not registered on this portal, down or below the sign in button, there is that text, don't have an account, click here to register. But most of you are registered. So assuming you are myself, because I'm registered on this portal, I'll put in my email and password. Then I would sign in. When you sign in to this portal, this is what comes. That's what you get. That's what you get. It takes you directly to take courses. So don't even go to another page. No, it takes you directly to the particular page that to the take courses page where you are required to select your courses. And we've reordered these training programs this way. The upcoming training is at the top. Past trainings are below that. And those courses are ordered clearly using the course code. So now, it appears I've already taken the business module 1, business module 2, business module 3. If I had not taken that, you would find on the last column there is the select box. You can see what I'm clicking as tick. Then that is the HR measurement and metrics. Now, what will happen, it shows you the amount payable. The M-Pesa pay bill number is 85313. Account number is indicated. After you've made payment via M-Pesa, or you've done a payment through check or a direct deposit to the bank account, you enter, say, the check number or the M-Pesa code or the transaction code. Enter the transaction code at the box indicated. That is the only writable box. Enter the transaction code there, and say, assuming I want to take that particular course, and my M-Pesa code is the name of my son, so I would say SEMI 2020 there. So I would click submit. It will indicate the text shown there, courses submitted successfully. Upon payment confirmation, you will be able to view presentation and print receipt. Certificate will be available for download on the indicated date. And by the way, you've noticed that my action of submitting the course has taken from me from take courses to my courses. You see? And the course that I have recently taken is at the top, HR measurement and metrics. So it will be pending. The scorecard is pending. The certificate is there. Why the view presentation is pending? They are pending because one, I'm not. The admin has not approved this. So the moment the admin has approved this, I'll be able to view the details like you can see for HR business partnering module 1. And at the end of this training, I would share the presentation by Dr. Karanja, and you'll be able to access that particular presentation from view, the column indicated as presentation. There is the word view. So if I click view there, I'm on HR business partnering module 1. The presentation will come inside here. And you realized we were presenting live on YouTube. So we shall also have the YouTube video appearing. So you could be alternating between the YouTube video and the presentation. So you'd be able to see both of them. And the purpose of clicking view, you would find that there are those who say, hey, I've not received the webinar link. The webinar link is always on the left panel. You can see the left panel where there is the course name, the trainer name, the webinar link, the webinar ID, webinar password, webinar date, and the webinar time. Those details are always there they're on your portal, always available. And if I go back to my courses again, you realize one last thing there is that at any one time you want to see what the presentation is all about, you click on the course title. Today was HR Business Partnering Module 1. Click on the course title the way I've done. It will open into a document. The training program is there for you to see. And the good thing is you can print the program. You can see the icons of printing. You can download the program. You can print the program. What I've done is I've clicked on the course title, HR Business Partnering Module 1. There. So now next time the question of what will be covered on Module 2, the answer is right there. What will be covered on Module 3, the answer again is right there. When you want to see or to view the IHLM approval for CPD point, you click on the course code, on the individual course code. Say now, I would want to go to HR Business Partnering, that is the course code HLW010. You click on that, you see that this particular course is approved for 3 CPD points at the top there. And of importance is to note the dates when the training will be held. That is item number 4. That is on 29th August. We've already done that bit. 5th September, we've done that bit. And we have 12th September. And the model is a Zoom webinar. And at the bottom there, the training is approved for 3 CPD points. So that is the whole training program. It takes place on 3 different days. So the easiest way for that is to have them learn in module format. Now, one other interesting thing about this portal, you can take a course. We have so many courses that have taken place over time. And those who've been keen with the way our e-learning portal operates is that they would realize, instead of having the date of the course, we now have the release date. That this particular course, for example, HR Business Partnering Module 1, was released on 29th August 2020. And it was released today at 8:30 a.m. It was a 3 hours program. You can see the number of participants there. But now, what is important for those others who never took this particular course, or for you present who've not taken any of our past courses, like myself there, you would see that for courses that you've taken, the take course column will indicate taken. For courses you've never taken, you would find that the select box is active. That would enable you to take the course at any time. The good thing is you would get certificate as when you've taken the course. And we changed the format of our certificate because we realized if you continue having naming the certificate as a certificate of participation, it does not add a lot of value to you. So you would realize, for example, this is I'm opening my certificate, one of them. Then I would let me stop sharing from the portal. I want to share the certificate, the format, and maybe I would want to hear your comments on how it looks like. Does it make appear better than what we had previously? I'm sharing the certificate. Can you see the certificate? Hello?
Yes,
Somebody?
yes, we can. Yes.
Yeah, so now add for those who missed a particular training, something different you will find in the portal. There will be a couple of questions, not a couple, maybe 10 questions, so that you don't get a certificate for free. You will answer a few questions that will enhance, or that will make you will ensure that for you to be able to answer those questions, you viewed the presentation. And the good thing is we've given you the video there and the notes. So you'll be able to answer a few questions. Then you'll get a certificate of achievement issued on the particular date. And the certificate has a certificate ID number. If I copy this particular certificate ID, I want to stop sharing that part. Then I move on to, I share something else. If somebody has your certificate number and they can be able to verify that certificate is a valid certificate issued legitimately by a legitimate organization. Verify your certificate from our portal by entering the certificate ID and submit. Somebody can see that part of verify certificate? Confirm? Regina?
Yes.
Very well. The part on the certificate verification is there. This is a valid certificate issued to Dan Peters Godho Gazito. That is my name. The course title issued on, and the issuer is Academy of Certified Human Resource Professionals. Those are some of the changes we've tried to implement on the portal, and the purpose of that the purpose of that is to ensure that we have we are able to have our trainings. We have to add value to your progression in continuous professional development. And then we say we don't waste your time to participate in. You must have seen there is a lot of changes. If this is the new normal, then let's be part of it. Let us get a certificate that will make you proud. Now, I'll open the floor for discussions or for suggestions. And we are always looking forward to improving and enriching our pool of trainers. Those of us who are there with me on HR measurement and metrics, that is when I met Dr. Karanja Stanley, and we've given him the first session, you see. So if you're there, you can train, let me know. ACHRP is dedicated towards uplifting the HR professionals in Kenya, including giving them a platform to showcase what they know. You know something? Let me know. And we not only have the platform, we back that with, you've realized, we try as much as possible to charge very little. There is a reason for that. We are not interested in the money bit first. We are interested in enriching these systems so that they deliver value, and we create a win-win situation between ourselves and yourselves. And as I said, for those who will participate in the 3 modules, that is the HR business partnering module, will pay 500 in our training scheduled for 19th September. That will be on Blue Ocean strategies. I remember how somebody asked me yesterday, the training is not on the portal yet. Yes, it was not there because I had not created it there. The trainer then will be James Wafula Wanyama. James Wafula Wanyama is the executive director at the Institute of Pensions Management. He knows about that very well. So he'll deliver that. He was present today. I don't know whether he has disappeared. Very well. Now, that will be our training. That will be our training next on 19th September. So for those of you who've participated, the payment then will be 500. If you find the training is 2,500, well, Lipa 500, I'll approve your participation. Thank you. I now open the floor for suggestions, way forward.
Mine is a question. For the trainings that have passed, if I register, do the exams and everything and get the certificates, will I also get the CPD points for IHRM?
No. For trainings that are, you see, the tricky part with the online training is that I'm supposed to deliver the list of attendance today. This particular training, those who've participated, the list will be with IHRM. So there will be no way, it will be difficult to sneak your name again to the list that is already forwarded. For knowledge, yes, you can take your courses. And remember now, the certificates will be dated when you've taken the course, not when the course was approved to happen. Now, the only way is for those who are participating today and they had not paid, they can go ahead and make payment. I can still see some people are making payment for that. And ensure you've enrolled on the achrp.biz portal, because only when you do that, I run the attendance report from the portal. I'm able to say run a report of who had or who has participated in this particular training. So that would be necessary. For knowledge, you can take, like I go to many e-learning portals. I am interested in Like I went to Coursera, I was interested in having the people analytics skills. So I paid some dollars there. I have some 3 modules to before I finish that. So what is happening is that I'm learning for knowledge. So for knowledge, yes, and we've said we have the presentation and the video part of the presentation within any of our courses. So I hope I have tried to answer that question, although maybe in many words.
Asante, thank you.
Someone else?
This is Mercy Malinda.
Mercy Malinda, yes.
I have a query. I've checked on my courses, the courses I've taken.
Yes.
But on the one for strategies for improving employees' performance,
yes,
it's written a dash. Does it mean I didn't get any points there?
Yes, you didn't. Now,
why? And I attended the training.
Okay, kidogo tu.
Hmm.
I would not want to discuss about IHRM today, but maybe I have this to say. They took a lot of time to come up with the e-learning to come up with the e-learning suggestion that they only decided to give a way forward on what was to happen on the CPD we had. Like how ACHRP learns its programs, that is from 2017. We have always subjected our training calendar to IHRM in December of every year. Then we would have our calendar of activities approved for the whole year, the upcoming year. The calendar will be approved, the CPD is awarded. Then when COVID-19 hit, we still continued our trainings via Zoom. But I'd remember, if you look at the training approvals, the CPD approvals, it was indicating that the training will take place at Kenya Comfort Hotel. So in July, I wrote to them and asked them, you see, I'm still running my programs. They said, no, you needed to reapply again because we have now come with the regulations on e-learning and so on and so forth. However, Masemalida, don't be worried. I'm still negotiating with them to award those trainings CPD points. Then they say those trainings happened outside when they had, or happened before they had issued the standard on online CPD programs.
Thank you.
Someone else?
Hello, are we allowed to leave now?
Yeah, you can. You can leave at your pleasure, but I wanted somebody, I wanted Dutanyotu to say something, then Hanali to say something. Sabrina, you're there? Dutanyotu, you would say something? Hawa?
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Hawa.
Mine is just a comment.
You said you are going to conduct a training, is it?
Yes, if given a chance.
maybe you need to engage after this. We have a
Yes.
telephone conversation. We see what areas you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, yes.
And by the way, it is also a very good platform to ensure that those who are camera shy, those who are shy in front of a crowd, you know, Zuri was Zoom, you're already hidden away. The crowd you see in front of you is a virtual crowd. So you do not need to be very much worried. Is it? Hanali, say something. Hawa, I agree with you. Let's talk.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Mine is just to tell you we appreciate you for all the good work you're doing, for the cost-friendly CPD platforms that you offer. Asante, Dan.
Karibu sana Hanali. Audrey Lahendi. Audrey, unmute yourself. Very good, Audrey.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. We're really grateful for what you're doing out here. I've awarded you Elder of a Golden Heart for your friendly rates and relevant courses. I'm glad that I'm not just here because of the hours, but because the courses are relevant and you're getting us highly qualified and experienced professionals. Thank you.
That is Audrey Lahedi from Central Bank. Audrey, we met in where? We met in Naivasha?
In Naivasha. Thank you.
Oh,
yes,
during the Liberals Compliance
we look
Summit.
forward to meeting again after COVID.
Very well. Thank you. Oscar, Lahedi, I'm giving your colleague, Oscar, a chance to speak.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for your facilitation. I appreciate. You know, it is dangerous to talk after your senior has talked. Audrey is my senior, so I'll be very careful with what I'll be saying. But having said that, I think today's presentation or training was very, very informative and educative for me from one or two aspects. The business partnering model is what is currently trending and the future of HR. But quite a number of us, especially from the public sector, have not fully implemented the business partnering model. So we are actually on that trajectory of making sure that we are some of or one of the leading institutions that will fully implement the business partnering model. So it is very, very important for us to be able to interact with your high quality, resource persons, and we are proud to be associated with, this kind of information. The second thing is I have interacted with quite a good number of virtual or online trainings, both locally and internationally. And I must say, whatever is being offered now by, SCHR, the institute rather, is actually of very, very high quality. Even what you've just shown us, the tail end of how you can verify, how you can authenticate the certificates and the delivery models, the methodology is actually of very, very high quality, notwithstanding the pocket-friendly rates that you are giving. I think I'm going to gather all my CBT points from here, and I'm purposing to do that. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. And sometimes when I WhatsApp, you might see I put that emoji like this. It's a sign of appreciation. Now, there is, thank you, Oscar. Doreen, Jerry, I've always suspected that those I cannot see, mostly they are not there. They were not even in the training. Rubia, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Dan. I just appreciate for the gesture that you're giving to the HR professionals. and the pocket-friendly amount that you're paying to get the CPD points. And the fact that you're bringing professionals to guide us, we really appreciate. Thank you.
Elizabeth is from Nakuru, and we've not met this year, is it? We will plan to have the HR symposium in Nakuru once again. Then there is Lecho Kemani. I want you to say something. Lecho. Very good.
Good afternoon. It's already afternoon. Thank you, Dan, for inviting me. I appreciate the session and the contributions of my colleagues as we have been following through the presentation. It's been a wonderful engagement. I like the level of participation also that the professionals were able to engage with the trainer. It's very encouraging. I also trained, and therefore I really could appreciate what was happening. I liked at the point when Dr. Stanley said he likes when we actually participate because it gives him an encouragement, and I can concur with that. And especially when it comes to virtual, you really want to be sure that your audience is with you, or they are stuck, or you went alone and you left them back. So that is very insightful. So we're looking forward to the next module 2, module 3. Yeah.
Pleasure. Lecho Kimani works with Dr. Stanley, and she's also been instrumental at the back end, trying to ensure the success of today's delivery. Doreen Jelly, you've come now. I can see you. Say something.
I appreciate everything. The session has been great, and you have learned a lot. And two, there is someone who wants to talk to you. She's really, really annoying. This is Catherine. The session was great, but now we had issues in the session. Is it possible that we get maybe a recording through an email or something like that? Because we had to use one account.
Okay. That feedback is well noted, and we really appreciate you on that. We move on to Gideon Sigei. Unmute yourself. Sabrina.
Okay. Then, just go to confirm our attendance. I'm online and active. We are all not with you with account. That is it for today for me. All the day.
Very well, Gideon Sigei. Welcome. And Felista Olivia, unmute yourself.
So it's a good afternoon and good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much, Dan. This has been a good learning session. I think I've so far attended 2 sessions. This is the second one, and I can say it gets better. Today has been very engaging, and yeah, as a HRBP myself, I can say I was really looking forward to this particular training. So thank you very much.
Very good, Felista. Thank you, most welcome, and we really feel appreciated. Those remarks are very encouraging.
Thank
Luce
you.
Kanyingi. As you see, I cannot end this session without allowing Jane Wanjohi to say something. Jane. Unmute yourself, Jane.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Jane. Go on.
Oh, great. My internet has been very bad today. Thank you for the session. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate, Dan, what you're doing for us. The courses are affordable. and we're happy about it. And the level of expertise that you're bringing for the presenters, the people who are watching us and the trainers is very good. So I can only say thank you to you. You're making excellent quality training at an affordable rate. So we feel there's true value for money when it comes to ACHRP training courses. Gaining knowledge, and in the same process, PD echo. I'm going, oh my good work. God bless you.
Sorry, Dan, we cannot hear you.
Well, very good. I'm saying I was asking for F. Kihara.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you at all. But I just want to say a big thank you, particularly to you, Dan, for the organizing the training and at an affordable rate. We really appreciate that, particularly during these tough times. And to Dr. Stanley, I cannot wait to hear you next Saturday. It was really insightful, and it's also good to know some of us, our titles are not business partners, but we realize actually what we do is exactly what Dr. Stanley is telling us. It's just that our titles have never been changed. But we thank God for that insightful session. God bless you, Dan, and your team, and all the participants in this session.
Very well, very well. And I'll ask my Destiny. So now I'll show you my team to wave at you. That is my you wave.
Hi.
Very well. Her
Hi.
name is her name is
Hello
Destiny.
there.
She's my co-director, and she ensures that I wake up very early to work. Thank you. Now we can go to the next. Now, so until next weekend, you can always reach me at any one time. If you have an issue with how your programs are appearing, you want to take a course that is passed. By the way, I can allow you to take the balanced scorecard. That one I've not submitted the list yet. So if you are interested to see that on the portal, you can still get that and get your CPD for that particular training. There is something somebody has asked me to see how the video works in the system. And I feel I should, if I don't show you, that one will not be fair. So I'm logging into my account and I'll go straight to my courses there. And since I took the HR balance scorecard, I want to create, I've gone to view. I don't think I was very fast. I went to view presentation, and you would find that loading document. When there is a presentation, it will load for a few seconds, and there it is. That is the presentation for 22nd August. That is the HR balance scorecard. And how to view this, you click next page to move forward. You can go back by clicking previous page. Next page, next page. The webinar links are always on the left hand side. Now, below the webinar time, when the presentation is showing, there is the open YouTube. You can see open YouTube video there. Since the video was already uploaded, when I click open YouTube, that's what you would see. And I can play the video.
HR scorecard tool, or we are going to look at how a scorecard would look like finally. Now, what's the purpose of any organization? As we know very well, organizations are made of people and the business within which they are doing, or the business or the entity or the kind of economic activity they are doing. And most of the time you find that businesses want to make profit, they want to satisfy stakeholders, they want to maintain corporate social responsibility, which comes out as a corporate social initiative from the output or from what an organization
you can alternate between the video and the presentation by clicking on the same button, open YouTube video, there it is, open course material, there it is, video, course material, video, course material. So that is the essence of the video. And then you realize you are playing the video from within the system. You're playing the video within the
one-stop shop. It's an ongoing kind of exercise, and out of performance, we'll see that there's some output and there are results. And when we talk about performance, we're talking about the quality, the standards, the measures, all those things put together. And then, of course, what is the result? Quality aspect, what is the result? Okay. So what gives an overall picture about performance of a company? What would give an overall picture? It's like a dashboard. It's like sometimes we say it is like a bar chart somehow, or it is like a pie chart, a bar graph, something like that. Sometimes we look at it and we are able to look at it at a snapshot and say, oh, okay, so this is how this company is operating. If it is a production company, we'll be seeing how the pie chart is going or how the graph is flowing. Then we'll be knowing that, yeah, this year is okay, second year good, third year it is now slumping down and all.
So there we are. I hope you've enjoyed that brief presentation on how it was. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. So until then, I wish you a very nice weekend and happy family time until then. Thank you. Dr. Stanley, You are wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you to all.
Thank you and bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dr. Bye.
Day.